Hey everyone, before we officially start this show, I just want to real quickly say that in the last few days have been really rough. We lost a good friend to the channel, a good friend of mine. We haven't spoken in a long time, but he was really awesome. Brandon Moist. Brandon Moist, for a lot of you, you may not know who he is, but he made a name for himself literally on World Class Bullshitters when he just sent a simple super chat, and everyone thought that his name, finding out that it wasn't a fake name, it was his real name, was absolutely hilarious. And over that next year or so, we became friends. We spent a lot of time outside of YouTube, outside the streams in Google Hangouts, and just bonding over movies that we loved, Game of Thrones, a lot of things like that. And I don't think there are enough positive connotations in the English language to describe how much of a wonderful person Brandon Moist was. And this one goes out to him, man. And he mentioned that he liked this movie very much from the clip that we're going to show. As we start this week in bullshit, he was very supportive about the show, very happy that, and he really loved the Council of Jeremy's as well. So rest in peace, Brandon. Love you, brother. And this one's for you, man.
The following program is rated TV MAL, TV MALS, TV MALSV. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I gave my love a story that had no end. I give...
That's Animal House for you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to This Week in Bullshit. I am your host, Justin Proper. And with us today, coming back after a week of absence, Culture Casino. Culture, how you doing?
I'm great, Justin. Good to see you, my friend. I've been missing everyone, especially you.
Oh, I appreciate that. And we've missed you as well. And we've also missed this guy with a very nice holiday cheery background, Madmartigan.
I'm glad to be number 2 tonight. Should be number 1. That's fine, though.
Oh, that's okay. You're everyone's number 2. That's all right, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a celebrity here, Pikachu, or Fat Steven Seagal. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad I'm not number 2. That has to get flushed.
Number 3, we don't even know what that is.
Number 3, number 3 is just that.
That's just when you pee when you're...
Listen here, you store-bought Santa.
Yeah, simple edition. Right. Okay. I got it. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Rob, Entertainment and Star Wars, joining us today, live from New Jersey. How are you?
He's muted.
He's muted, so he's great.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I always mute because this house is insane today. I don't know what's going on. I try to come on and have a nice stream, and everybody's driving me nuts. So, but how you doing, man?
Well, a little rough and everything,
Yeah.
but
I'm sorry. I didn't know you knew him like that. That's I feel real bad, man.
My condolences to your friend.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, man.
No, it's all good. And super fan Adam Shahan is here. Yeah, so we knew him pretty well, Brandon Moist. And after the stream, go straight to World Class Bullshitters. They're going to have their stream dedicated to him. He meant a lot to him. And let's get to the chat here. Generation Productions says, hey all. Hey, Generation Productions. Can't wait for your jokes tonight. Very much looking forward to it. Stone Cold Jeremy for $5. Thank you so much, dude. You are probably one of the most supportive people on here. I really appreciate you, man. Says, cheers, everyone. Looking forward to another good This Week in Bullshit. Smash the like button. Yes, indeed. Cheers, brother. And I saw that Christie, it's not showing up on here. Christie sent a poop emoji, super sticker. I greatly appreciate that as well. Parrot Head says, ghost. What is that? A bear in time? Bear time.
Yeah, ghost bear time, which means you're late.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. No, I get that. Runner says, I'm going to be in Spider-Man 3. Yay. What does that mean?
Everybody's going to be in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, is that like the whole joke? Is like there's like
Yeah.
so many people that are in it? Oh, there's a lot of stars in it. Like I didn't know that they're gonna have Doc Ock in it.
Supposedly, did you hear they also announced that the turd sandwich from South Park is also reprising its role as the turd sandwich for that movie as well?
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Was that what sparked all those memes? Was Doc Ock coming back?
Yeah.
That was so cool. I mean, I like that. I like that. But
By the way, Toby Maguire is asking for $15 million to come back in that movie.
worth
Seems
it.
right. Yeah.
As long as he
Worth it.
doesn't dance, we're all good.
Yeah.
But
No,
I still
actually,
want him to slap someone, especially like a female. Like if
With
we
his
get that,
belly.
15 million is worth it.
Did that happen in the third one? Did that really
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, didn't he smack MJ
No.
No.
Are you sure? in the third one?
No, not that I remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think Sam Raimi goes that far. Hey, Mary Jane, shut it. They're going back to the same crap.
I don't think so.
I remember
Maybe
him
I-
crying on the bridge, but that's all I remember. Or him
Maybe I was
coming out with-
projecting.
Think he accidentally pushed her down or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, Yeti Cast? How you doing? Keck44 says howdy, no notification. Boo! I hate that. I'm sorry to hear. Oh, that's all right, man. He was a good dude. Hashtag cuddle casino. I'm still not sure what that means. But I think I prefer to leave it a mystery. CT117, what's up, man? He's a longtime viewer. Madmartigan with the $10 super chat. Here's $10. Let's keep that whole number 2 thing hush hush.
He's
All right.
a poop joke.
Yeah, no problem.
You just read it. That's not.
Hey, you know what? Don't use logic on my. Just
Careful,
By
his
the way-
stool's getting angry.
by the way, Peter backhand MJ in Spider-Man 3. I just watched it.
Schmack, biatches.
He knocked her down, not smacked
He
her.
back-
Okay.
he back-
I don't know, that movie sucks so bad.
I just
I'd
watched
rather.
Thank God that sweater's hiding Mad's wife beater shirt.
I have something to confess
My goodness.
before I do. Thank you, Culture Casino, for the
yeah.
Doomacorn, the Doom Corn. It's I really like that. I can't do the Doom. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do it.
I have.
Not gonna do it.
Mad Mardigan does a really good job at it. Actually,
So
Do
does
you?
Culture. We have a video.
Yeah.
don't do it.
Go ahead.
Doom.
We heard- Okay, there we go. That was very underwhelming. Hey, what's up, Theme Park Casual? Good to see you here. All right. Yeah, a confession though. I know Spider-Man 3 sucked, but I actually really enjoyed it. And
Even the dancing?
the year after, I saw Iron Man, and I initially thought it sucked. I thought it was, and I've learned from my mistakes though, from my incorrect opinions. I've learned from them. I have evolved. I know. I didn't like it, but now in retrospect, I love it.
To see the disgust in his eyes. He's literally like, "Wow, you're still muted, Rob."
Rob, it's okay though. We can see it.
I'm glad I'm
He is-
laying down right now because I'm like, oh my god,
Rob
can't
is
believe
an
you
awesome
said that.
mime.
I can't believe. you
Yeah, it's
said
just
that.
like, can you imagine? Like, I love Spider-Man 3, but I hate Iron Man. Like that would, yeah.
I don't get it, man. I don't. Whatever.
Ooh.
You have a weird taste in movies, Justin.
I had a question, Justin.
Yeah, sure.
What did you think of the season 3 trailer for Cobra Kai?
I did not even know that was out. So, yeah, I had just watched it through.
Maybe you should
I'll give
watch
my-
it
I'll
now.
give-
Get a reaction.
I'll give my thoughts on it. I just watched it earlier today. I didn't really have time to process it. But yeah, we'll definitely I'll definitely do something with that. Yeah. Anyways, let's start with some of the really ridiculous stuff that has happened. First off, oh my goodness, this one was just before we get into the Disney investor bullshit. We're gonna do some other bullshit first. First off, I found this video and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. This is instant karma. So what this guy's doing, he's literally removing the floor of his girlfriend's apartment because he paid for that floor, and after she cheated on him, he decided to do that. And here's the clip. Hopefully you can hear it.
Yeah, I get inside.
So he does that, but it's the aftermath that was really hilarious.
Oh, what is this that I came home to? Like, freaking the whole floor was gone. Like, are you serious? That was so freaking childish of you. Like, so petty. Like, what's the reason for that?
He just
Is that all you can say is, Huh? Is that it? You know, you're so freaking childish. No,
Wait.
I needed a man. Maybe you didn't turn into a man because your dad wasn't even in your life because he didn't even want you. God, you piss me off so much. This is why you don't amount to anything because you're so fucking childish.
Wait. She was unfaithful, and it's his fault because his daddy didn't love him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that you deal with sometimes.
It adds up, if you think about it.
It really does. It really does add up. What's up, Frank? How you doing?
He had to rent the machine and take apart the floor. That is very manly. What are you talking about?
I think that's awesome. I think that's
the
awesome.
same thing. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I am with him. I'll just put it that way.
So am I.
That was a Tobey Maguire backhand.
But didn't you a while ago? I think it was you showed a video about that the guy cheated on the woman and she went and she destroyed like some of his stuff. And so why would that be okay? But then when it's on the other end of the spectrum, it's not. It's always that the man is a baby, but when a woman does it, it's totally fine. Oh, he deserves it.
Right.
Wait a second. It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
No, that's because of her mother.
Yeah, but it doesn't work
in her life.
It doesn't work that way. What the problem is that we don't meet their needs, so they can do whatever the hell they want. If they don't meet our needs, we're just childish, immature things with things waggling between our legs. That's pretty much the gist of it, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
If we can take up a floor, she can't put it back down. So it's all good.
I just think it's funny. I just think that I just think it's funny that most of the time you hear stuff and it's like, oh, he deserved it. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. And then when it happens to you, oh, girl, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
What do you have to apologize for?
Yeah, but he could have done something better. What he could have done has been, well, now you don't have a floor to cheat on me with. You can use the bed.
I think
you don't have the living floor.
I think he nailed it with his
All right, but so that might have been kind of bad. And you don't want to be in a relationship with that kind of person. But what is worse, that or this woman who is suing her boyfriend because she's demanding he outline plans for their future after being fed up of waiting? What do you even say to that? This is going to get so thrown out of court.
I think it's going to be in.
The fed up fiance has taken him to court to demand he outline his plans for the future after becoming tired of waiting, as well as doubting his loyalty after catching him texting another woman. Yeah. It's like, come on, babe, that's my mom. Like, what do you want from me? My God.
Oh my God.
This seems like a very easy outline for him to come up with now. It's just leave you.
Get the hell out.
Problem
leave.
solved.
Yeah.
You want an outline? Here it is.
Can you imagine if they were married though? Like, you didn't clean the gutters. I'm suing you. You didn't clean the gutters. There's still weeds on the lawn. The dishes aren't done. I'm suing you. I'm like, well, this has been a great feature.
I don't get what she was thinking. How does he think that this was going to end up? Like, no. If I take him to court,
put a blank page and walk away. That's the answer.
If I take her to court, if I take him to court, he'll get his stuff together and then he'll want to marry me.
Yeah, he'll like you for sure. Yeah.
It doesn't make there's no logic here. I don't think they think with any logic. I mean, seriously.
By the way, doesn't this kind of look like Kathleen Kennedy today?
Yes, it does.
I was going for more like the IGN employee, but could be either one.
It's just with the never mind.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And this another
why is she wearing a pantsuit?
I don't know. That's what Kathleen Kennedy wears.
Yeah, but she also
she's brave and beautiful.
She's stunning and brave, okay?
Stunning and depraved is more like it.
Well, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, wearing pants. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, here's another kind of a mix-up. Another mix-up that we had that I just saw earlier today. An erectile dysfunction drug, an antidepressant, was accidentally swapped in the factory. Now you would think that the two and two would go together. But
Yeah, I feel like it
if
was
you notice
still
some of your
healthier.
friends acting
really-
weird.
I'm
You
really
notice some-
down, Doc. I'm really down, but I'm also really hard.
Oh,
on
I'm definitely
myself.
not
I'm
down.
hard,
Not
but
today.
I'm down. It keeps looking up at me like a dog begging at the table. I don't know what's going on.
Oh goodness.
Feed it some lettuce. Just feed it some lettuce.
Oh gosh, it got a mind of its own now. It's just like, wow, these antidepressants really have a very strange side effect.
Side effects include overeating, constipation, and the capability to poke out a short person's eye.
Yeah, indeed.
If your depression lasts longer than 5 hours, seek a physician.
Can't get it up, but I'm actually happy. Oh god. All right, well that's good. What did it Yeti Cat say? Judge Judy sure is getting desperate to pull in viewers. Oh, with the court.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But here's something that I actually supported. This is gonna be the last little short story before we get into the Disney stuff.
Figures.
So this is what was happening. There was no audio on here anyway. So TBS cut the Christmas classic Jingle All the Way a few minutes short, about a 15 minutes short. You could see the clip right here as the Turbo Man's going around city.
Oh no.
Yep, and then it just cuts to credits. Cuts to credits.
It would have been better if it turned a True Lies ending or something.
It just I
I'll be
can't like. I'm almost at a disbelief. But personally, I thought it was about 75 minutes too late. They should have cut the whole thing. They shouldn't have aired it at all.
I really thought they were going to cut it as he's flying towards the Twin Towers. That's what we were going with it.
You really thought?
Yeah, I
was
thought
he
like
doing- is he about to do that?
No, he's just being weird.
No, he's not.
No, I really did. I thought
Is this
that.
even in New York? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. There is buildings there.
So what? Every building looks like the Twin Towers? Is that what you're saying?
Well, when they're next to each other, sometimes.
Oh my god, dude, just stop.
Depends
Stop
on the
with
angle.
Tobey Maguire bad right now.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy's not available right now for comment.
Great conversation.
Yeah, great conversationalist. But yeah, I don't know. Look, principal.
Oh,
Jesus. Okay. I'm going to let you unmute yourself when you come in. Okay. So this is so that was interesting. But I mean, I guess on principle, it's kind of kind of sucks that that any movie would be cut short like that. That's just kind of like, why would you do that? I guess somebody thought like me and just hated Jingle All the Way so much.
It's like, yeah, you'll get the point. We don't need to show you anymore.
Like happily ever after, blah blah blah. And let's just cut off Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by like 10 minutes. See how everyone.
Wait a minute. Hey Justin, what did I miss? Who's hating on Jingle All the Way?
I don't know whoever cut
Yes.
it apart.
They cut that one apart too?
Yeah, they did by 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, did you see that? So it's Turbo Man, it's Arnold.
Heading right for Twin Towers.
Yeah, and
Mad, stop.
it's over.
I was wondering if it was a weird shot too, because it still showed the kid in the air, right?
Yeah, it's just like
So was it being? It looked like the kid was being chased by a rocket. So
yeah.
what happened to the kid?
I don't know. I guess they never will. We will never know.
Oh well.
People are
I mean,
not
I've been seeing a
happy
lot
with
of
that.
these different movies now, especially a lot of the older ones, where they have these warnings on front of them that some of this stuff may be inappropriate for people and offend people. Like, I mean, everybody's just looking to be offended about everything anymore. And
I think this was a mistake because they cut the movie by 15 minutes. So,
somebody
anyway,
must have got offended by something.
I don't think it was that, but I also wouldn't be surprised. So anyways, let's get to the main story. Disney Investor Day, it's still going on, but we had a lot of news drop. We first heard that there was going to be 10 new series for Star Wars and 10 new Marvel movies. And we've heard so much just through this afternoon. And again, it's still going on, which is just absolutely incredible. But we're going to talk about all the Star Wars series and movies that were released. This is all from Lucasfilm. So you have Willow, you have that children movie, whatever. You have, we'll start out with this one, which I think is the strangest title, Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic. I am not a fan of that title at all.
Are they Rump Rangers?
They're Dino Rangers.
They're Dino Rangers. But the thing that bothers me is the Droid show is probably going to be a ripoff of the Droids cartoon. Rogue Squadron is just going to be a prequel.
I was thinking that too.
The Droids cartoon or the Droids movies? Was
whatever.
It a movie?
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a ripoff of the Droid cartoons because that's the only thing I can think of they'll do. And Lando is just going to be about him falling in love with a toaster.
Yeah.
With a what?
With a toaster.
Toaster.
They fly around the universe in a WD-40 can.
You know
Soul
what this
Assassins,
looks like to me?
Space Rangers, so it's a Buzz Lightyear show.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this looks to me like they're trying to play the law of averages. They're just throwing everything that they possibly can and hoping that they come out with a winner.
What? No.
Well, I
nitpicking.
Well, I thought it was interesting if you listen to Kathleen Kennedy when she was talking about the Ahsoka series and Rangers of the New Republic. It's tied with the Mandalorian, and then at some point, all three series are gonna culminate in a climactic event or something.
Whoa, like the Arrowverse or whatever.
Something like that. Just they're all three of them are connected.
But they're all different timelines, though. For most of these, and Visions isn't even going to be connected because all it is short movies of anime.
No, the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Rangers of the New Republic. Just those three.
So what is Mandalorian? So now that the Mandalorian and Ahsoka have already met, Ahsoka's going to get her own series, and the Mandalorian is going to form the Rangers. Is this what I'm feeling like?
Well, the New Republic, that's going to be Gina Carano's.
So it's going to be cops in space.
Well,
I don't know.
If it is, they need to get a different patrol vehicle than an X-wing because there's not a back seat to transport anyone anywhere.
Well, that's not true. There is a back seat, but it's only for an astromech droid. Check your.
Well, that's not a seat. That's a.
It is
slot.
a seat. It's
not a seat.
It's a seat.
It had seat belts and a cushion.
X-wing, Astro.
Yeah, I don't know. What are there ones that any of you are actually excited about?
All of them failing. Yes.
I just don't trust. I don't trust Disney really at all at this point. Yeah, so it's all just wait and see, and maybe.
Okay, let's rephrase it then.
This is too much.
I like Andor. I saw the trailer to it. It looks pretty good what they're doing. Ahsoka. Well, we saw Ahsoka. I thought they did a good job. I mean, Mandalorian we know was pretty good. I don't know about that Ranger new. I don't know. The droids is the one I'm like, oh man, that one I'm like, really? That one I don't. Kenobi. It depends on what they do with the lore. I mean, as long as they don't mess with the lore, we'll be all right. But if they mess with the lore like they have, oh man.
Oh, they're already doing that. Did you hear what she said at the end of when they talked about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show?
I only saw this.
This is what she said.
Go ahead.
Hayden Christensen is coming back as Darth Vader
for Obi-Wan though.
Weird. I thought that James Earl Jones was Darth Vader.
No,
you can have anybody you want in the suit.
No. James Earl Jones is his voice. David Prowse was Darth Vader, but unfortunately he passed.
Rest in peace.
He passed.
But so he's just going to be in the suit, and he's going to if he takes off the helmet, he'll be.
His tears will be prequel tears. They will stay the
same. But they said that it's going to be the rematch of the century. The rematch of the century, and that leads me to Steve Kenobi's comment. Star Wars is dead when the KK critics are not cheering for everything George made and is now being pissed on an extra much. By the way, welcome, Steve. Really appreciate you being here. But look,
they shouldn't have a rematch. There should not be a rematch. No.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who's having a rematch?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. So the rematch happened in A New Hope.
Exactly.
That's what I was.
He didn't even know Obi-Wan was still alive.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes no sense. But one thing I'm going to say right here now, coming from a Star Wars fan, say if you know the lore, not the lore. You see this screen. do you even understand half of what they're doing here, or do you think they're just throwing a whole bunch of Star Wars at you just to distract you with the fact that they have no original ideas or a storyline they can pull from the EU and make it a solid goddamn story?
Well, that's what I said earlier.
This looks like this looks like you're taking a whole bunch of anthology of stories, throwing them all together, then throwing them at the viewers, going, "Hope to God someone likes one of these things." That's all we got right now.
That's what I said earlier with the law of averages. They're just hoping if they throw enough things out there that they're going to hit something.
Well, the funny thing is that they have tons of stuff. They just don't know how to use it properly. That's
but Willow.
Yeah, but that's the story of Disney, Rob.
Yeah.
They've always been.
I know, but then I have to look at this end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is okay. So you have 1 to 6. That's it. You're done. I was like, well, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I mean, I've got things. I know you guys don't like it. I understand, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to say I didn't like everything. I'd be lying if I did. There's things I don't like. There's things I do like. I'm half and half. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I respect the opinion, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like it. I don't have a lot of stuff throwing at me. The thing is, like the things I've heard, it's like you're taking single characters and then you're just going to make stories or whatever the hell you want, but they're going to be pulled from other things that are already there canonized. Honestly, they could not have done any of this stuff and just given us a bounty hunter. Like I've been saying this before. I would like to see a bounty hunter anthology. They have a whole crap load of bounty hunter, and every season they have a new bounty hunter, and they just tell the stories of on their own, like the main mission of what they're trying to get. What they're and like the Willow thing, I've heard what's going to happen, and it doesn't sound good. And even if that's a rumor, it's not true. The rumor.
I never watched the movie, so I don't care.
Yeah,
What?
I never saw it either.
Oh my god!
I didn't watch it. I have no interest in it.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't even know what it's really about.
But it's already a game and a book series. It doesn't exist to them.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. That was Patty Jenkins' movie. Apparently, that's going to come out in 2023. So if they have 3 years to work out this, whatever this says.
What is that children blood thing?
That's basically some woke thing. I don't know. It's a new thing that's coming in. It has nothing to do with Star Wars.
No, I knew that, but I was like, I have no idea what it's about or does it come from somewhere? I mean,
a book or something. I don't know. And again, I don't care.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I felt the same. It
looks like they're throwing stuff at you rather than going with something solid. Like, why do they need to keep bringing up Indiana Jones or Lando or droids? Why? Why do they need all this?
Here's what it is. What has it been for the last 2 years with Hollywood, or 3 years? They take what was already out there because they have no friggin' ideas. They have no more originality, and they're just like, "Oh, this was big back then, so let's reboot it. Let's bring it now.
Yeah,
it's an all-guy cast. Let's make it an all-girl cast. That's going to sell."
Well, I mean, it's basically like. That's basically like the idea behind a lot of like Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars. They had the original cars that came out, and basically what they do is they take the original concept of those cars, they repackage it, give it a new coat of paint, and throw it back out there, hoping that it's going to get the same amount of attention that the originals did, and it never does. It's the same type of shit.
Nothing beat the 80s and 90s. I'm sorry, 80s and 90s.
What was that?
The 80s and 90s.
Sound like somebody had a wall.
Okay. All right.
I get when I try to see the screen. It feels like a bunch of word vomit being thrown at me, and I'm not like my eyes can't decide what looks interesting because it's Disney still attached to it if you still look at all the titles, and it just brings that fear to me of what else can they ruin. And I'm saying I know they're trying, I know Favreau's trying, I know they're all trying, but it looks like these are the next victims. Hope you enjoy it.
Culture Casino, you have something to say?
And this isn't even all that they're working on. This is just all they were prepared to announce today. So there are 5 more Star Wars things that are out there on the horizons. So just be aware. And these are all things that we've been talking about. And, what you see absent there, even though it's well into the development process and was slated for production, was the Boba Fett miniseries. So there's a lot more going on here than even what they showed us here. And they were all about the streaming. I mean, this particular call was all about streaming service. Do you know what they didn't talk about? Any other element of their business. any other element of their business. They didn't talk about products, experiences, and parks. Do you know why?
There's no one there.
Because they are making no revenue there. And Acolyte is an app name. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Please don't get me started, Stieg. We can go round and round on that one. Everything that you see there, the Children of Blood and Bone. Mm-hmm. That's the last KK thing that you know what? I don't even want to go into this. There's things I'm trying to confirm about KK that I don't want to believe that I've heard, and so I can't say anything about what I've heard as of right now. So
can I ask?
You're not allowed to, or
does it have to do
I'm just gonna say I'm not saying anything. And no matter what you ask me, Steven, you can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna say
Antichrist?
Well, clearly, but no, the Willow thing is not good. This new script that they just started to draft. By the way, this is from the woman who said the scripts are all done for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series 2 years ago,
and they all got revamped. We haven't heard anything yet,
dude. They had people in Pinewood Studios in the UK for 5 days before they sent them home, saying, "Yeah, we're not going to shoot this." No shit. So it's just look.
Hey, we're going to shoot in 5 days. Sorry, go home. You're not going to.
Yeah, they were there. They had crew there, cast and crew in Pinewood Studios in the UK for 5 days. I've heard more, I've heard less, but I've been able to confirm that at least 2 people were there for 5 days. Waiting to shoot the Kenobi series that was supposedly all done and ready to go and scripted completely and was a go shoot.
The only thing on that list, because I saw the little bit of description on Twitter earlier, is the Visions, because supposedly it's supposed to be short films with anime style art. So if they're going to pull off the same thing they did with the art style they did with the Marvel X-Men series and the other one, I think it was Blade, I will give that a small benefit of the doubt because of the art style if it's good enough. But the art style and visuals, which all this looks like right now, isn't enough to make me feel like I have faith in a company that has done nothing but destroy the faith I keep giving them. So I will withhold all my faith except for Visions.
I think you're going to be disappointed at the short film aspects of that.
Oh, please don't do this. I can't make any more weird noises.
Okay. All right. Well, the Lando thing is a hot mess. The animated series, the 2 animated series, are not going to be enjoyable for the people. Those things a lot of people knew were coming. I've been talking about them for a bit. The Ahsoka thing, I confirmed a while ago. So did Tom. Several of us have been talking about some of this stuff that was on the horizon. Lando is just essentially a launching pad for a lot of this other stuff. So just be prepared. I mean, like I said, one of the reasons that they couldn't announce a couple of things that I know are in full effect was because it hasn't been done in Mandalorian yet.
Steve Kenobi, the droid story is about the sexual abuse a droid suffered from an encounter with Lando, I am assuming.
Oh, great. So
Lando gave R2 STD2. Yep.
So it's just recovering toasters in a facility going, he touched me, this grease bath and oil bath won't save anything. I feel so dirty. R2, hold me.
Yeah. Right. Do you hear about a lot of these on the investor calls?
Right now they're on Pixar. They just went to Marvel.
They just went to Marvel?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Should we watch this?
Are we?
Yeah, we're allowed to. We're allowed to stream it.
Here, hold on. I'll give you the link in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-pull it back up.
He did a great job with the 4, by the way. Just want to say
it's all Disney Plus, though. That's all they seem to be announcing it for.
That's all they're talking about. They can't.
But that's because they're scared. They're scared. Everybody, think about what happened with Solo. They were banking on a movie a year, a trilogy, and a Solo
talking about
story,
WandaVision.
and that's it. They banked on that, and now they're scared. I mean, that's why they went to streaming. And with movie theaters anyway, we don't even know if there will be movie theaters anymore. I mean, will there be? Will there be a movie in 2022?
There's a brand new trailer for Wanda right now. They're releasing it right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I've said it before, and you watch, because a lot of these streaming services are snatching up these old theaters that are going bankrupt, and that you're going to continue to see that trend.
Oh, wow. Oh, didn't we already see this?
Supposedly it's a new trailer.
A human one.
Yeah, the bed scene's new.
You're gonna get claimed. You got to cut the music, or we got to talk over it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so weird.
Okay.
It looks a lot like they did a lot of it on front of a screen.
Yeah, none of it. Yeah, but I think that may be a aesthetic choice though for the show itself to make it look like a set, like a TV set, because it is.
Yeah,
like Brady Bunch style. Yeah,
or like Leave It to Beaver.
Bewitch.
Yeah, it had elements of Bewitched. It had Partridge Family. It had a lot of different elements in there. I Love Lucy.
Charmed.
That's Paul Bettany, right? Who's
Bewitched.
Yeah.
I hope to God they're not bringing in who I think they're bringing in, and if they do, I'm going to be very upset. What's his name? Who's the one who trapped all the X-Men on the TV show? On the what was his name? The one.
What do you mean trapped? You're talking about Apocalypse? Sinister?
No,
Mr.
it was
Sinister?
the one. No, it was the fat guy with the metallic dreads who was in charge
Mojo?
of the film. That's it, Mojo.
In the
Yeah.
multiverse of madness.
Here we go. This is you want to pay attention to this.
Star Benedict Cumberbatch and the rest of the cast, including Benedict Wong.
Did I just hear
Rachel
America?
McAdams, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. And joining them is a new fan favorite character from the comics, America Chavez.
There it is.
Played by Xochitl Gomez. This film
I
hits
did not
theaters
just hear
March
that.
25th, 2022, and we're really pushing the boundaries of storytelling with this thrilling, scary, mind-bending adventure. Not only will Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness connect directly to the events of WandaVision, but it will also connect to the events of our new Spider-Man film coming to theaters December.
Which we've been talking about for a long time.
WandaVision to understand that.
Which launches this coming March.
Oh, and this thing is going to be a pile of hot garbage.
Yes, it is.
This is the one I'm excited about.
No,
Sorry.
it's political garbage.
Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, is played by Anthony Mackie, and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is played by Sebastian Stan. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a cinematic experience. It's a Marvel Studios movie played out over 6 episodes. And now here for the first time is an exclusive look at the Falcon.
What popular
I hear
character,
you.
Brian?
Cinematic.
I hear you.
The legacy of that shield is complicated.
Why is this making me cry?
The world.
You know what gets me about that? The opening line. The thing about this shield is complicated. Who is he to tell Bucky Barnes about it? Guy's been around since World War II. I'm pretty sure he knows about the history of the shield.
Wait, they're not social distancing at all for these. What is this?
Yeah, what the hell?
They were.
He's wearing a mask.
Symbol.
What?
That has to be the ugliest suit I've ever seen.
No.
So no plan. Great.
Is that supposed to be amusing?
Newsflash, he's actually standing still.
Yep. They're destroying the
Winter
Grand
Soldier?
Canyon. It's so disrespectful.
They destroyed New York too. That wasn't
Cyborg Brain. What? Wait, what?
What's going on in that
What?
cyborg brain of yours?
You don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I can see it working. Gears turning. Oh, they're malfunctioning. They're on fire.
God, I hate you.
What? I don't get it.
It looks like they're trying to play off the bad cop type of show.
Will return to the big screen.
Wait! I heard she doesn't die in the
Of course, the film stars Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff.
Oh wow!
Fantastic
Way to go! Way to
I didn't
spoil it
tell
for
you
us.
just how
Thanks.
ready we are for this Avenger to finally.
Yeah, it's going to be a
have her
female,
own
supposedly.
standalone film.
Yeah, you should have had her own standalone.
Yeah,
film
what do you mean
years
finally?
ago.
Y'all were the ones that didn't give her one.
Lead, aren't we? It's a female lead. Aren't we supposed to hate her or something?
I mean, I do.
I don't know. That was weird to me.
Tom Hiddleston returns as Loki and is joined in the series by Owen Wilson.
What was weird?
Sophia DiMartino,
I learned absolutely nothing about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Nor did I learn anything from the other one either.
WandaVision, I don't want to have to watch that to understand Doctor Strange, to understand the Spider-Man movie. I just want Spider-Man. I don't want to watch the other shit.
I'm already done after they said American Chavez. I'm done. I'm already done.
Hey, Justin, I think Soul Assassin in the chat actually wrapped it up rather nicely, trying to be like Rush Hour and Lethal Weapon.
Really?
Yeah, well, they didn't get it.
Interesting combination.
Wait, we've already seen this. Why are they showing us footage from?
Do you already? No, this is the beginning of it.
Yeah, they want to show
look, he's on Tatooine.
You're spoiling it for us, Fat Steven.
Yeah, dude. So like you're ahead of us.
So it's by 3 seconds. He's on Tatooine. There you go. I said it right now. Look, there you go. Did anyone else notice that his hair is short all of a sudden?
Yeah, got a haircut, I guess.
While going through the Bifrost.
Yeah,
you don't know how Bifrost works.
Yeah, it's going real fast.
You don't understand. You don't understand Bifrost, Steven.
It ages you and it gives you a haircut.
It perms you and turns you into the Jericho of Little Richard.
Well, I don't like to talk, but you do like to lie, which you just did, because we both know you.
Is that like
No.
Oh, hey, it's
why does he look like
playing Owen Wilson?
Out of Shop Smart. That's smart.
You'll catch up.
Nah, I'm not feeling Owen Wilson.
What, being Owen Wilson?
Yeah, not in this now.
Wow. That's not, but it's a good thing that's not Owen Wilson.
That wasn't Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Well, I thought it was him.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah, it was 100% Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. What?
I don't.
Oh, they like planes, trucks, and
they don't want us to know what's going on with any of these.
I don't understand anything that's going on.
I do. A lot of green screen.
It actually looks better than what else we've seen.
Well, they can't spell.
I like the score.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to watch it again and be able to hear it, so I may like it more.
Come on.
Can you not hear it?
Okay, number
it's not the volume.
Why does that look like a scene from Time Bandits? Was that just me?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't just you.
Marvel Studios is
wow.
Great, the what if's already scaring me.
Disney Plus next summer. What if?
You were going to hate these.
I am going to hate these because I have what if comics. I'm already tired.
What is what if?
What ifs are storylines that were what if this did this? What if Wolverine beat up, let's say, Professor X?
Oh,
that kind of stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
what if Captain America was a woman? What if this person was a trans person and did these things?
Yeah. What if Disney actually made a good Star Wars?
Wrong.
Oh no!
And it's animated.
3D animation. Oh god! Oh god! What if I gave it?
Bad animation at that.
Wait, why is he black?
Oh no! They're doing no. This is horrible.
What?
Why was Star-Lord black?
Is he?
Captain.
Yeah.
I was promised an army.
No,
come on!
They did not turn her into the.
What?
A super soldier.
How did they get vibranium?
Wait. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to this no more. This hurts my gut.
Yeah, her new name is not Captain Britain, it's Captain Diversity.
It's Captain. Oh shit.
Wait, what?
Anyway,
exploring the world.
Sounds fun.
Wait, why would?
When we can show you.
So I don't even think the Watcher will watch this.
I am the Watcher.
No.
No. Bree, no.
No.
All right, maybe a zombie cap works for me.
And dare to face the unknown.
Really, the collector? The collector's supposed to be dead too, ain't he?
I thought that was
Well, this is what if.
Yeah, it's just they can do whatever they want.
In the chat. What if you cared?
Yeah, what if?
Give me the talk.
How about no? Just no.
Wait,
No,
but why? Why? So, does Peter Quinn not exist at all?
What
I
they're
guess
saying is,
not.
I think instead of that Peter Quinn being found, they landed
in Australia on our film
there.
Shang-Chi and the
No, he wasn't found. They specifically were hired by his by his dad Ego to be picked up on.
This is a
Earth.
what if. That means that didn't.
Oh yeah, Adam
No,
Shawhan.
I
I
understand
like that. What if?
What I'm asking is, I asked if Peter Quinn exists at all, and you said no. They just happened to land there and pick up that kid instead.
My powers are
exactly.
female.
That doesn't answer my question. I'm asking if Peter Quinn still exists, or did Ego have sex with that person's mom? Is what I'm asking.
online auditions all around the world.
Wow, they all look very pissed
A
off.
lot of people are having
Looks like a
what
great
if?
path.
What if Filoni let Ahsoka die already? What if where they could kill off Charter? What if Deadpool killed the Marvel Universe? Loki is DB Cooper? I guess so.
Who the hell is that?
It's DB Cooper is the guy that got away with a lot of money.
This is Ms. Marvel. You know what? Skip. I
got to say that looked like
Sorry,
a whole
Quill,
bunch
not
of
Quinn. You're right.
dumpster fire trash.
Yeah, I don't know. Miss Marvel, Captain, fuck it. I don't care.
Captain,
Hey,
fuck it. I
well,
haven't
Justin,
seen
you
that
know
one yet.
that is one of the most popular characters that's out there right now, according to Disney.
But that makes no sense to me. Anyway, so what do you think of the Marvel stuff that we just watched so far?
I want to know why half of the band, what was it, MLFAO is directing this movie.
By the Soul Assassin, DB Cooper's an American hero. Wasn't he the guy?
Bank robber.
Yeah, he just robbed a
and he jumped
bank
out of an
robber, and he
airplane.
jumped out of an airplane and was never seen again.
Yep, they never found him. Never caught him.
Oh my god!
Yep, that's called having a plan.
Did he though?
Captain Marvel 2 is just being announced. Oh my god!
What is it?
It's in the works. Captain Marvel 2 is in the works.
Right.
Marvel
Yeah, we already knew that.
is Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel 2.
And Miss Marvel
No.
will be joining Brie Larson.
Miss Marvel.
Maybe about 50 Brie Larson videos from everybody coming out.
I'd rather watch a goddamn wood.
Along with a grown-up Monica Rambeau, played by Tiana Paris,
And-
who will have already met in the upcoming WandaVision.
And
So
there
by
is
now you
no
should start
Samuel
getting a
L.
sense
Jackson.
of the
I thought
interconnect.
Eternals is going animated series. Is that correct?
But that doesn't mean there aren't some
Well,
unexplored corners.
we'll
of the
see.
universe.
Again, you're a little ahead.
This is live action, though.
A brand new ensemble of superheroes.
No,
This is with Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
This is an epic story spanning thousands of years.
I
and some
have
of our
no
most
idea
ambitious
who any of
films
these
yet.
characters are.
It's set for theatrical release on November 5th, 2021.
Okay.
Original Avenger Jeremy
And
Renner
that is going to be the complete rainbow.
launching on Disney Plus late next year.
I'd rather watch Reading Rainbow.
I hated that
Is another well-known artist.
Who said you'd
Marvel
rather
Comics,
watch Reading
Kate
Rainbow?
Bishop. Tom
I
Perry
did.
confirmed that Kate
Why?
was played by the
I
amazing
don't know. It just sounds.
Rounding out that cast are Vera Farmiga, Fra Fee, and newcomer Alakwa Cox playing Maya Lopez.
By the way,
By Reese Thomas.
that might be okay.
Debuted for
Hawkeye
the
might
first
be?
time in the
Yep.
MCU.
No, the new girl's
But
name. The
that's-
new girl's name. A lot of cock sounds very interesting.
This is going to be very bad.
I don't even know what the fuck this is.
That she's
She
well
Hulk.
over-
It's a Hulk, but she's she.
very funny series being directed by Kat Coiro
Yeah,
and
it's-
Anu Valia. And I can
It's an
officially
old character.
It's funny, all right.
slash Jennifer
Okay, if
Walters
Tim Roth is an
talented
abomination,
and Emmy
No,
award-winning
unfortunately not.
Tatiana Maslany. I'm also pleased to reveal
Awesome one.
that the
Yeah,
brilliant Tim Roth
well-
is returning as the Abomination, a character we first
This is
introduced in
this is an
MCU,
abomination.
The Incredible Hulk. If that's
No, they're going to destroy what used to be the She-Hulk character.
Be appearing in the series as well.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo's going to be in She-Hulk. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, protesting that he wasn't in it more.
Superhero-oriented legal cases, you never know what Marvel
No one
characters are going
cares.
to pop up.
If no, I like planes, says
A
memes.
whole new different vibe to the MCU. Moon Knight is an action-adventure Indiana Jones type story coming to life as a Disney Plus series directed by
there's only one they're going
to
poke on the face with.
Wait, was Moon Knight known as the Indiana Jones type character?
Makes no sense, does it?
Identities that live inside him are very distinct characters in the series. The backdrop of our story
This is about a guy
incredible
who has a
Egyptian
multi-personality disorder.
Egyptology is something the world's always been fascinated by, and we're going to tap into it in a fun and bold way in Moon Knight. Now I want to talk about a couple of projects that we haven't announced yet. The first of which is Secret Invasion, coming to Disney Plus. Samuel L. Jackson is back as Nick Fury.
They are not doing that. I swear to God, they better not.
Skrull Talos. Next to Civil War,
Okay.
Secret Invasion is arguably the biggest crossover.
I already
comic
find
book
something
in the last
wrong with
20 years,
that.
and we're bringing it to Disney Plus.
Oh
It's
no!
about a sect of Skrulls
Oh, what?
who've infiltrated
I
every
wish we
level
could
of
pause
life on Earth.
this.
No,
You'll
I
see-
find something
you'll
wrong
see-
with it already.
you'll
It has
see
the Disney
right
tag
now.
underneath
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Riri Williams, who has the most advanced suit
There
of
you
armor.
go.
Riri
Iron
Williams?
crap. Iron
Dominic
crap
Thorne will
right
play
there.
the title role. And as we like
No,
to
she
do,
made her
Secret
suit herself like when she was 13.
What is
so-
this?
MCU feature
That's
film.
probably a bunch of metal
We're
people
also
that are
well
not
underway
exist.
on a series for Disney Plus based on Armor Wars, a
Don't know what
classic
that is.
Marvel story about Tony Stark's worst fear coming true. It's what happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands.
Okay.
Didn't they already do this with Ultron?
Yeah, isn't that Age of Ultron?
Don Cheadle will be returning.
Sorry,
as Jim Rhodes.
month of
Oh
of
God!
Ultron.
No, it's worse. It's
One of
worse.
the best things about expanding the
There you
MCU to
go.
Disney Plus is that our team at Marvel Studios is finally able to do some of the things we've always done.
This is perfect. I wish we,
And it
oh,
doesn't look like it's Lego either. That's what's really scary.
Guardians fashion, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday
Is this a
special
joke?
is going to be a lot of fun, especially
James Gunn,
James
though,
Gunn
so-
is back to write and direct.
This is a
well, I'm
joke.
okay with that.
We're going to shoot it during production.
Well, until
of Guardians
people
of
on
the
Twitter try to
Galaxy Volume
cancel him
3.
or something.
This special will drop the holiday prior to the next Guardians of the Galaxy film, which hits theaters in 2023.
Okay,
And
so
speaking
this
of
is going to
Guardians,
come out in 2
aptly
years.
titled I Am Groot, everyone's favorite little tree. Baby
Why does
Groot,
Groot need it?
starred
He
in
just
series of shorts on
what is he?
Disney
Gonna
I
stay
am-
away for it?
I am
Multiple new and
Groot.
unusual characters.
That'll be the
Okay.
whole show. He'll just say
Before I
I
go,
am
I
Groot
couldn't
throughout
leave
the
you
whole
without giving
show.
a few
That's
more
it.
updates
Yeah, that
on
sounds
some of
really
our most
boring.
anticipated
Sounds like
upcoming
it'll sell itself, right?
January,
Yeah.
filming
Yeah,
Thor.
sell my-
Oh,
I gotta be honest, I'm on board.
Christian.
He'll stand there like a tree
and
and
Tessa Thompson
be
returning.
good.
And I'm pleased to confirm that Academy Award-winning actor Christian Bale is playing the villain, Gore the God Butcher. Thor:
Didn't
Love
we
and
already
Thunder
know this?
releases in theaters on May 6th,
I didn't.
2022.
I didn't. Awesome.
He
As
does
we
not
announced
look
at
like
Comic-Con last
Blade.
year, we're moving ahead with Blade, starring Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali.
Again, Steven, you're
Storylines are coming together,
ahead of
and we'll
us.
have announcements
By 3
Yeah.
seconds. Calm down.
Well, that's 3 seconds we don't got.
You know what? Number 2, relax.
Third Ant-Man film,
Have a dump.
which will officially be called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Paul Rudd, Evangeline
That
Lilly,
sounds silly.
Michael Douglas, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Make
are
sure
all
to-
returning.
Make sure to say your prayers and take your vitamins
It
before
sounds
saying
like a
it.
pinball game.
Quantumania. Yeah, it does.
We're going for
Even as the same
Quantumania,
color.
brothers. You're gonna butt into a Quantumania. You're gonna like it.
To acknowledge the devastating loss of a dear friend and member of the Marvel Studios family. Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational
Okay,
individual
I'm
who
interested
affected
in
all
this.
of our lives, professionally and personally. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is
This really
iconic
did suck
and
when he
transcends
passed.
any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character. However,
No.
honor the legacy that Chad helped us build through his portrayal of the King of Wakanda. We want to continue to explore the world of Wakanda and all of the rich and varied characters
We have
introduced.
2 years to apologize. That's great.
Writer-director Ryan Coogler is hard at work on the sequel now and will bring the film to you in theaters July 8th.
I think that's a little.
2022.
That might be too soon.
And finally, I'm happy to announce a film about one of
Oh,
the truly iconic Marvel families. In fact, Marvel's first family,
Hold on.
Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Feature now, and it will be directed by the director of our recent Spider-Man films, John Watts. We've got a lot in store at Marvel Studios.
I'm sure they'll find a way to tie the Fantastic Four into Tony Stark.
For the MCU.
Did they not say anything about Spider-Man?
And our series for years and years to come.
Yeah, they said that somebody that directed Spider-Man is going to be working on Fantastic Four. Pay attention.
Champion of the work that we do.
They said it'll tie into Spider-Man 3, the next movie. Remember that? You said you didn't want to watch all that stuff.
Thank you.
They were talking about Miss Marvel.
What an amazing presentation by Kevin and all of our creators.
Is it me or is that guy's collar really too high for
Aren't you supposed to? Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. Look, I don't hate everything, but
that's the second time I'd seen all of that, I think, and it didn't get better.
Didn't know.
I'll tell you what, seeing it once was too much for me.
And I knew a lot of stuff ahead of time, and I try not to I try not to tell all the stuff that I hear because it's not good for my relationships with people. But
actually, culture. I respect your opinion either way, so you won't lose a friend here, whatever you say.
No,
yeah,
absolutely not.
The Eternals. I can't even begin to tell you.
I've heard rumors of the general swaps and everything. Yeah, I know
it's going to be really bad. And Memes is 100% right. Retiring the character, it would be the best way to go about things, but they're really not.
Well, they don't. I don't think they really have much of a choice if they want to make Black Panther 2. You know,
they don't have to make the film.
Well, no, they're going to make
looks
the
like
film.
They're taking a good man's name and trying to bleed money into another movie using it.
You know,
because when you think of Black Panther, you think of his name. So
you know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point. How many other times have we seen, an actor passes away? Either they're in the film or they didn't get to shoot it, and they kind of use that to memorialize them. Let's give one example that you're all going to hate me for: The Dark Knight. It's the only reason why I got over $1 billion. They memorialized Heath Ledger essentially, and they used that as a marketing strategy. And it was even worse with Paul Walker in The Fast and the Furious.
Well, what about the Justin? What about the Addams Family movies? When I
don't give a shit about the Addams
Raul
Family
Julia
movie.
When he passed away, they did the same thing with that movie.
Did they really though?
Yeah, when he passed away, they made a big deal of it.
Yeah.
That's
and
well.
I
mean,
the thing. What they didn't do, Tommy, is they didn't make another film.
This is true. No, but they are making a new.
Well, now how many years later? Though we're 20 years later.
They
Tommy.
gave it some time to set.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you do not need Black Panther in the next phase of Marvel. You don't need him in the next 3 phases of Marvel. There is no reason to move forward on this project. Right now, they're having a hard enough time putting cohesive projects together. So it's
Obi-Wan. Who said that?
Well, look, they continue. They've announced a lot of programs and a lot of things that they have not made, initiated, gone forward, moved forward on, put into production, even moved out of development. And we now some of that has to do with the year that we're dealing with, but some of it has to do with the fact that they were bad ideas and they weren't going to make them. They weren't going to move forward on them. There are a lot of things that get put into development that never go to the production phases. So this is what we're talking 4 hours of presentation at this point. Actually, more than that, 5.5 hours of presentation at this point, presenting to you things that have leaked out in dribs and drabs over the course of the last year and a half, and none of them have gotten any better with time. In fact, everything I've heard about all of this stuff has only gotten worse. And the thing I was really excited for, WandaVision, is now something I am not excited for. The Falcon and Winter Soldier got worse. Hawkeye is the only thing that I think got a little better because of the Bishop announcement.
Can you explain what you mean when you say it got better? As in, like, when you first heard it, you thought one thing, and then now it just does it look better? Like, what do you mean by it got worse?
The things I've heard around the script and the production are better. The casting makes sense now. There's a lot of things that have to do with the Hawkeye thing that I have a better feeling about.
Do you have all of these all this information from the investors' calls that you get?
I have some. I get the same information everybody else does there, but I get a lot more information from other places.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. I was just curious about that because I was thinking about listening into the investors' calls at some point.
Justin, if
yeah.
you were paying attention to
she's
the
still-
chat, Soul
right now
Assassin,
it's the
Soul
$11
Assassin
million
had actually
woman
he actually asked Culture Casino if he was in the Illuminati. Because he
No.
seems to
Oh,
know
I
a lot.
saw that.
No, and he is Soul Assassin. He is in the Illuminati. And if you go on his channel and you become a member, there is an Illuminati tier that you could be a part of, and you will be an honorary member.
You're actually confusing me with Wes, Tommy. Tommy's confusing. Wes has an Illuminati tier. I don't have one yet. But look, and there's a lot to go around about that. But no, I do have friends and sources that work in various different areas of Disney. So, and I don't. Like I said, I mean, the stuff that I've talked about with Tom and with Stieg and with a few other people, you know, everything that we've talked about and that we've reflected on and our information corroborated, it's coming true. I mean, if you're going to put money anywhere right now, you should be putting it in Tesla. By the way, I mean, I've not said that publicly.
What's wrong with Bitcoin, man? That thing has shot up like crazy.
Well, what are you trying to do to me, Culture? Are you trying to run my business down to the ground?
I would like to ask Rob a question, or if that's okay.
Yeah, Rob's awesome.
Rob, my question is, you know how you asked us about how you felt about seeing all that stuff for Star Wars? How do you feel about all this stuff for Marvel? Same noise I made.
I don't know. I mean, I you know, my favorite guy is Spider-Man. That's really, you know, I like the Avengers stuff.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about all this. Like, do I care about WandaVision? I never did. When it was first announced, I was like, I really didn't care about it when it was just announced. It was something that grabbed me. I don't know. I mean, Hawkeye, yeah, because I like Jeremy Renner, but he's going through hell with his divorce, and that's a whole nother scenario. Which, if this woman claims what she's claiming is true, there might be a problem with that show. And his woman is Sony Pacheco, and I follow him and I follow Johnny Depp very thoroughly. And and she has been up his butt saying he does drugs and he's harmed his girl, and now they're saying, well, if these allegations come true, guess what? Well, Johnny Depp got booted, right, from the Fantastic. What makes me think that Jeremy Renner is not the next to go? So
what about Brie though, with the whole that whole scandal with the fund and all the money went to their paychecks rather than actually helping the whole cause of it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, no, not a lot of people like Brie Larson, but you know what matters? The bottom line. It was sold for $1 billion. That's all they care about. If it sells, they don't care. If it doesn't sell, then they're scared. It's that simple. And so our wallets will speak volumes. It's going to tell them. It's going to tell any company, if we're interested, we're in. If we're not, we're out. And right now, Disney has gone in the last month, has got, and whether people know it or not, they have 73 million in November. They now have 86 million subscribers.
I gotta interject with that, because that's of December 2nd, and also Disney paired up with Fortnite not too long ago. And if you bought any of the V-Buck packages, you got anywhere from a month or 2 free months of Disney Plus. So technically, some of those are subscribers.
Right, and they're actually they're doing the same fake baloney stuff that a lot of the streaming services are with that, Rob. And they're starting to have to deal with churn, because a lot of the free packages that were distributed with Verizon, all of the Verizon plans are now being limited to only 2 tiers of Verizon service, and they're starting to see churn because of that. They're starting to see cancellations from the people that only bought into 1 year. They're starting to see cancellations from the bundlers, the people that got. Oh no, I'm sorry, Rob, you're muted again, bud. You're muted.
This is quite interesting. This lady's explaining all of the boring
that's
stuff.
the CFO.
Go back to her.
Yeah,
that's
the CFO.
Look at her arms. Look at her arms. It's really weird. It's like there's like racks of ribs she's trying to hide underneath the bone. Really weird.
Well, what was interesting is what she was just saying. I was overhearing it a little bit. Is that they only count every subscriber once, but they count each individual one for all of their platforms. So that inflates the numbers significantly.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it up front. So yeah,
Well, I mean, here's the funny thing when you come to Disney and you talk about them and Marvel. Now, if Disney was really, if they were really behind everything they did and if they really believed in everything they were doing, they would actually try to run stories on characters that actually meant something to people that like comic books. Instead, they run everything on these side characters because they know if they screw them up so bad or screw them up too bad, nobody's going to really care because nobody really had anything invested in those side characters. Because you don't see them actually trying to do like really good standalone stories with, say, like the Hulk, Wolverine, or any of the characters that really matter to all the Marvel fans.
What do you... Wait.
Most of the characters you've seen in most of these shows, they're all side characters. Even Iron Man as a standalone character was never very popular in the Marvel comics. He never was.
Well, he wasn't a top tier. You can't say very popular because it was a pretty popular comic book, but he wasn't.
Well, he was popular only because of his Avengers. Because he was part of the Avengers team. Without the Avengers, like his comic book solo, they really didn't sell very much.
And Ironheart will not do any better.
Ironheart's going to be terrible.
What the hell is Ironheart? Can someone explain
Ironheart? I believe.
Yeah, I've heard of Ree Williams before. I thought that was like a joke. I thought that was a real person or something. Is it not?
Let's just say, picture the bestest ever Rey Skywalker, but in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it was a diversity Iron Man call.
It's like the American Chavez thing they announced it while they were doing that. They snuck it in very carefully. If you remember that comic book that came out not long ago that even Gary read online or some other people read online, it is that bad.
Right there.
It's horrible.
Right there in the chat, the Memes of Destruction pointed out one of those comic books that was extremely popular with all the fans of Marvel. The Hulk versus Wolverine and also the Wendigo. One of the greatest stories that Marvel had sold, and it was extremely popular. Why don't they take a chance on trying to do something like that? Because they know if they screw it up, that they're going to drive whatever fans they have away.
There's already an anime movie of that, though, too. Remember, they came out with
the anime don't really count because...
I count it.
Anime don't count because you can get away with a lot of stuff in the anime, though.
I want you all to consider these things. Number one, the subscriber count is artificially inflated. It just is. We lost Madmartigan. Number two.
It's all good.
I'm sorry, Mad.
Have a good one, Mad.
Anyway, bye, Mad. The crap. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's artificially inflated, which I was talking about. But at the same time, they announced a price increase on Disney Plus. So
they just how much is that? How much is that?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't remember, Rob. I apologize. I'm just saying that there's stuff. There's other things going on. They did not talk again. They're not talking at all about the thing that is their bread and butter, the thing that makes them their money. They're talking about something that they've spent an awful lot of money on. They're going to spend an awful lot more money on developing content for, and it's not. This is why I don't like the way these presentations are done by Disney, because it's a show for investors to build their confidence, even though they're just spending money. Their income based on this stuff is not substantial enough to generate a real profit as of yet. I mean, we've talked about this over a long period of time now. What the CFO was showing you was the targets, the projections that they're trying to hit. And the addition of the Star brand thing that they're doing for international stuff, particularly India, that they're kind of bundling all together with all of these products. So, yeah, I know, Justin. I know. There's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to Disney. So,
is code for lying?
I won't address that directly head on. I'll just say that there's still an SEC investigation going on.
So now that's
more than 2 years old.
Because you're trying not to smile at the same time, Culture, and I've never seen that in you. You're like, I gotta bite my tongue. I really gotta bite my tongue. And your face is turning red, and you're biting your tongue and trying not to smile. It's great, bro. This is when you get look at him. He's taking a drink. He's trying to hide his face in the green screen cup. Look at that.
Well, since you brought that one up, what about the other one that they had with the Winnie the Pooh? I don't think that was ever fully closed out either, was it?
They are dealing with a very questionable number of practices with a very a red-colored Winnie the Pooh right now. There is $650 million of potential graft on the table. It started out at 450, but that number got pushed up higher. So there are some really weird numbers when it comes to theme park development abroad.
I don't want to ride a honeypot. That's just weird.
Interesting.
Can we ride get rid of It's a Small World and just call it It's a Lying World after all? Just
how about just get rid of It's a Small World in general and just replace it with literally anything else? That'd be great.
It'd be a lot better if they replaced it with Lego characters.
No, I'm just putting that out there right now. I think it's a shitty ride. It's only people only like it because it's historical. Bullshit. No, it's torture. It's torture. You wait 3 hours in a fucking line and you see a bunch of dolls singing "It's a Small World." And
actually, right now, ride line time isn't a big deal. It just looks like it's a big deal.
No, of course it's not now. But I mean, I'm talking about a decade ago. When the last time I went, or when I was when I was 6 years old when I first went to Disney World, and all the lines were extraordinarily long in Magic Kingdom. And we did have to wait 3 hours to go onto It's a Small World, and it was hell. It was awful, and it is not worth it. Seriously, centuries have been wasted in a line that for a ride of the human race have been wasted because they are waiting in line for a ride that isn't even worth it.
Well, Justin, if those people were waiting for death, it really wasn't time wasted to them.
No.
Well, here's the thing, Justin. You feel how you feel about an individual theme park attraction, but it's beloved by a lot of folks.
And I don't understand why.
So
is Waiting for Death a new Disney ride?
I guess that's it's been for the last 50 years.
Well, if you go to Galaxy's Edge, probably. But anyway, so here's the thing. And again, those are my individual opinions. They don't reflect those of Entertainment and Star Wars or Justin Proper or others. Look, and Terminus S has been DMing me about this for a while, and I'll just address some of it right now to the extent that I can to everyone out there. And that is this.
Leave Brittany alone.
I heard an awful lot of things about what was going to happen to Boba Fett during the course of The Mandalorian. Okay. I knew that the episode was coming. I knew that it would represent a much more broad presentation of the character than most fans would have envisioned. A lot of people were very satisfied with the level of action in that particular episode. I found I found a lot of holes in it myself. It's okay. I'm just talking about my own opinion. Found a lot of holes in it. Found a lot of holes in it myself. Not very excited. There were several different elements of this season that had a lot of different alternate available shots that they could pull from. Because originally I'd heard some very disturbing news about Boba Fett, and then I heard some less disturbing news about Boba Fett. But I had always heard that Boba Fett was not, was going to be presented in a way that would be uncomfortable to some fans like myself, which this version of Boba Fett was. Yes, exactly. Super fan Adam Shaw.
You brought up there was a lot of holes in it.
Is my thing. Who cares? It's if the actor is that big, I don't care.
But he's older. It's life, right? I mean,
he's older. He's bigger. It's just the actor. Is it not?
And again, let's rewind to the fact that there's somewhat still minimally. If you can minimize that, if you can explain that away and say it's an older person with a greater girth, okay, whatever. I just there were some other elements to it that I had heard that were not presented in that episode. If at the end we end up in the position getting what I believe that would be the worst possible outcome, I don't think a lot of people will be excited to see a Boba Fett miniseries because that is still in the production wheelhouse. I think we're going to get one of the alternates that I heard where I still think a lot of people won't be happy with if it's presented at the end of the season. I also think that the arc for the child will be something that will be addressed not necessarily at the end of the season, but sometime during the third season. And I think that this has become even more. The show has become even more about launching all of the additional things that are about to occur. So just use that as a frame of reference when you view this show going forward.
Explains the badge scene with Gina Carano in the other episode. That could be the start of Rangers, so that makes it right there.
Yeah, the Star Wars.
But I think we all knew.
True. I saw that Hocus Pocus 2. Is it going to be a movie or a series?
Oh, it's a movie, and it's going to suck worse than the first one.
It's suck worse than.
And also, speaking of like stupid '90s cheese, the Mighty Ducks. That was another one that I saw that I was like, I don't understand what this is going for. The game changers. And like, oh, the Mighty Ducks are like, they're a big franchise now. Now we have to do our own thing, and we're going to be our own underdogs against the Mighty Ducks.
Well, you know what, Justin, when they first came out with the Mighty Ducks, they were actually trying to piggyback off the success of a lot of the hockey moves that had come out. Like, what was the one? Slapshot. Like, that was still extremely popular, and it wound up getting recirculation on VHS. Yeah, it was an extremely funny hockey movie that came out years ago.
Oh my gosh. It is one of the greatest Newman films you will ever see. Slapshot is an amazing hocky film. You have to see it.
Absolutely.
It is really good. Really,
what bothers me about the Mighty Ducks movie they announced is that the movies we remember about the Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez, they're now the bad team that they fought against in the first movie. The guys all in the black uniforms. They are now all full of themselves. Another team has to bring them down a peg. Yeah,
well,
that's what I understood, and I'm like, that does not sound good. You're taking other people's memories, and you're going, nope, you're bad now. Got to get someone else. I'm tired of that storyline.
Think of it this way. Think of it this way. This actually, now that I think about it, the Mighty Ducks used to be the underdogs. Now they become a big franchise, and now they become the very thing that they used to be sort of against. You know what?
But then how is it a Mighty Ducks movie if they're the enemies?
Well, that's where it becomes the issue. I would say is that the Mighty Ducks are supposed to be the underdogs, but what are they supposed to be the underdogs forever?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. It's like, how is it a Mighty Ducks movie if it's about the fall of the Mighty Ducks to replace them with new Mighty Ducks? What is this new team called? The Mighty Ducklings?
The Game Changers or whatever. I don't know.
That makes no sense. It literally sounds like they're band-aiding a title over another story.
It's confusing. It's definitely confusing, and I'm just not. I'm not sure about it.
It's giving me the feeling that if you work hard for something and you finally succeed, you're eventually going to have all that hard work turn you into something evil. I don't like
Means of Destruction has a good point. Isn't that the plot of Cobra Kai, Steven?
To a degree, but why is Disney stealing from Cobra Kai?
I don't know if they're I don't know if they're stealing from Cobra Kai. They could
yellows. Are they using the same kind of color schemes?
Well, there was yellows. Are they using like some rival from the Mighty Ducks? I don't remember.
Why didn't they just make it an animated film and go off Mighty Ducks cartoon and actually use real Mighty Ducks?
Because Emilio Estevez, I don't know.
Well, Justin, you know what? When you talk about like some of the sports franchise shows that actually had wound up portraying the same team over and over again as the losers and the underdog, you look at Major League. I mean, they had two movies. Both movies, they were the underdogs both times. And what about the Bad News Bears? They did the same thing.
Wait. Here's the thing. You know what? The Harlem Globetrotters had an amazing animated series when I was a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to make the Harlem? Are they going to make the Harlem Globetrotters the bad guys?
Yeah, why not? You know what? They did a lot of terrible things. They talked down to Scooby on his own show. I mean, they should be absconded for that.
Honestly, the Harlem Globetrotters, I've seen them once, and just hearing about this really elaborate storyline, is just so amusing to me. But yeah, CT-117. Is it wrong to be excited for the Bad Batch? CT-117. You've asked this. You've asked like, hey, do you just hate everything Disney? No, for the umpteenth time, no. Just because I don't speak for everyone. Just because I hate a certain movie doesn't mean that like everyone that I'm associated with hates it. I'm sure that there are people on this panel who love Jingle All the Way. I hated that movie. I hated it
Did he
so
watch
much.
the second one?
And I
Look, he
watched
loves
the
Spider-Man
second one.
3. What does that say about this guy?
I like Spider-Man 3, and I still like it. I think it's great. I think it's the emo Spider-Man thing.
You are the only
so
person
bad
that
that
likes
it's
Spider-Man 3.
So bad that it's
It's
good in those
Neither
scenes.
director
That's
liked
where I see the criticism of it. But I see it as a wrap up of the trilogy. I
No,
Okay,
no,
well,
no,
rewinding.
it wasn't a wrap up. It was a
going-
destruction of characters. It destroyed Sandman, it destroyed Spider-Man, and it destroyed the whole Venom. They had a
and
whole
I
Venom arc.
enjoyed it.
Murdered
Fuck
it.
you.
I don't say you're stupid for liking it. Just what I'm saying is they took great characters. Even a Sandman was a good side character, and you know what they did? They shoved
are you
a
talking
stick
about-
of uselessness up his butt and used him as a puppet.
Yeah.
I'm tired of
Everybody's crying and reaping, and I'm like, what the hell's going on in this movie? And then Venom was
why did Spider-Man?
big bad guy is a skinny little guy who looked like me at the time, and I was like, no.
It
no,
was 70s show Venom. It was horrible. And secondly, Tobey Maguire all of a sudden goes to Hot Topic, puts on some mascara, and starts dancing all in black. What the?
Hey, everybody.
Can't do that again.
Soul Assassin cracked it. Jeremy never got a Turbo Man as a kid. That's why he jingled
that's true.
all the way.
Yeah, he actually was a Teddy Ruxpin. He didn't get his Teddy Ruxpin, so he's really happy with it. Or was it a My Little Pony? Which was it, Justin?
No,
My Little Grogu.
Yeah. in the second one, in the sequel, is that what you're talking about?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so CT117, I want you to like what you like. Hungry Coke.
This stream has been brought to you by Hungry Grogu. You're not eating fish egg. You're not doing it, Grogu.
Oh my god, I love it so much. That's brilliant. Anyway, back rewinding. Oh, flip. CT117, like what you like. If you like the Bad Batch, and there were parts of Clone Wars animated bologna sausage that I thought were good, the Bad Batch was one of those pieces that I thought was good. I have to tell you that despite Rosario Dawson's amazing performance as Ahsoka Tano, I am sick and tired of Ahsoka Tano. I'm sick of I don't think it's
Listen,
the best.
she's going to be in the
character
movie
ever made.
culture. She's going to be in a movie, so I'm just letting you know. She's
I would also like.
Oh, I know.
I would like.
Yeah,
I knew that a while ago.
Yeah, so get used to it, man. She's gonna be here. You know, she's Filoni's creation.
It's fine. It's fine, but she's dead. She died.
Yeah, she's dead. She's like Black Widow. She's dead.
When did she die? During Order
a while ago.
Order 66 is that when you have all decided that that's when she died?
No, she dead just because one more says she dead.
No, she's after Order 66.
Yeah, she dead at Order 67.
She did. She died.
I don't understand what you guys are talking about.
She died 3 times in Star Wars canon. Yeah. And I think the first time actually took. So I'm sick and tired of that character, but that's okay. Have your character. If that's what you like, that's my whole point. Like what you like, because I don't care personally. I can give you my personal opinion on things. I can give you, I can give you my thoughts on why something's going to fail. Usually I'm right. I can give you my thoughts on where you should put your money. But all I can say is this: enjoy what you enjoy. I don't enjoy the Disney sequel trilogy at all.
But that's it, though. We can all still not like and enjoy together and still not hate each other. That's the best thing. But I would like to share this and show what the droids show is going to be, because they've already did this in the 80s. They have this. We've turned back the clock on that. But as far as the Bad Batch goes, I hope it's good. I thought that was the one good thing of recent Clone Wars that was good, and I hope it's good. I hope that all of it's good. I miss good Star Wars. And Rob and I will disagree on this every single time. But right now, Mandalorian is as close to good Star Wars as you're going to get. Is it good Star Wars? In my opinion, no. But it's as close to good as you're going to get right now. And that's because
that really sucks that we've had to lower our standards for Star Wars.
You've lowered the bar. It's okay.
Well, it's been lowered. It's been lowered since Empire Strikes Back. It's all been. Nothing's ever really reached the level of Empire Strikes Back ever since. Return of the Jedi, like Revenge of the Sith came very close. Yes, very close. And I love that movie.
Revenge of the Sith was kind of subpar, and I'm only doing that to upset Rob.
Oh my God!
No, but here's the so, like Return of the Jedi was great. It wasn't as good as Empire Strikes Back. It just wasn't. Well, what is this? What is this? All this groaning. What has been the best thing in Star Wars?
What was great about it? Tell me what was so fantastic. All they're doing is running. Everybody complained about that in The Last Jedi.
Well, right? You know why? You know why they're running?
Run, and they chase.
Wait. Who's running from where? Which movie?
Running from the Empire. That's almost the whole movie.
Which movie is this?
The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
The Falcon. They can't hit the hyperdrive, and they're just being chased.
Did you watch that film at all?
I watched it.
Empire.
Luke was great. Luke was great. The hot scene was great. The ending was great. The I'm your father thing was great. All that was great. All that was wonderful. But the thing that killed it for me is that I'm watching a chase scene. I'm like that's what it was to me. It was just the Falcon trying to escape.
I've just for fun, I'm going to take a stopwatch to that part of the movie and see if you're just being a little hyperbolic. Because I think you are.
To me, like when you talk about Return of the Jedi, I did not like that as much as the other ones. And you know what? If I wanted to watch a whole bunch of Teddy Ruxpins running around on the screen for half the movie, I could have just went out and got the Teddy Ruxpin doll and popped the tapes in.
Listen,
there is a certain age.
New Hope was perfect. There was nothing wrong with New Hope. It was perfect from beginning to end. It was perfect. And why people pick the Empire over that, God knows.
I like Empire.
It's perfect story. I don't know what you could pick from that was bad. Really,
well, Rob, there were a few things that were a little bit off about that, but the one thing about A New Hope that was different from The Empire Strikes Back is A New Hope was actually meant to be a standalone film. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was no plans for no sequel. It was originally supposed to be a one-shot film, but because it did so well, and because Lucas was getting input that he should make another one, that's why Empire Strikes Back was made. Because there was a beginning, there was a middle, and then there was an end. Now, unlike Empire Strikes Back ends leaving you on a cliffhanger to set up the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. And what I was saying, which everyone was for some reason groaning about, is I was saying Star Wars, there has been nothing as great as The Empire Strikes Back ever since. Nothing has ever lived up to it. Nothing has. At all. Anyone who did anyone? No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
What I'm trying to say is Empire has
leave it at that. You guys loved it. That's great. I think Revenge of the Sith blows it out. I'm sorry. I just don't like that chase scene. To me, it's almost it's not as bad as The Last Jedi. That was horrifying. But
Last Jedi was a car chase movie.
I'm trying to get away. All I see is the ship and I'm like, oh my God! At least the rest of the movie was good, but that I couldn't stand that. That drove me insane. That drove me insane.
A New Hope is probably the best film.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's the best of the three.
Can I interject here with Empire, Rob? Okay, Rob, I want you to take yourself out of the car scene right now. Okay. No. Don't take it. Take it. This is the way I like Empire.
No, go ahead.
You get introduction to bounty hunters, which you don't really know much about. You get to see AT-ATs on Hoth and snow speeders. And
that's great. But you're not listening.
There's other. No, I'm not saying overall. I like Empire because of those different things that I didn't get to see in New Hope. They focused a lot more on the technology, a lot of the underbelly of why Han is, and like the stories about the Empire being so determined to find these people. Like, I know the car scene throws you off, but there's more to it if you take away the car scene. I love the Hoth battle.
I know, but if you pick all three, if I had to pick A New Hope, if I had to pick Empire,
like all three.
I'm picking New Hope. I think it's perfect. Okay. I think it's perfect.
But why can't I pick all of them and call them one big movie?
You can't. Listen, everybody can pick all 11 if they want to.
No.
But everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's
exactly. And I still love you.
Well, here's the one thing I think you wound up missing there, Rob. I mean, there was a few other things in Empire. Now, I personally like New Hope over Empire because that's just my taste. That was the first movie I seen in the theater. But when you talk about some of the things
honestly,
that Empire...
I never understand why people prefer... Well, I do kind of understand why people prefer Empire Strikes Back, but it's not... I will say with Rob's point, I didn't like it for all of the Cloud City crap, the space worm thing in the moon, and how they just just walked out of the Millennium Falcon with just like little oxygen tanks.
They were inside.
Their resting bodies weren't exposed to the
Justin, but one of the things that they did add in there, one of the things they did add in there,
or anything.
One of the things that they did add there, like Steven was saying, when they had the bounty hunters, but you also see for the first time, you're really seeing Boba Fett on screen, and that's why he became such a popular character, because those few short scenes that he wound up having in Cloud City. You're also introduced to the character of Yoda. And let's not even mention.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do. I'm saying that those elements, with Vader, with Yoda specifically, when people think of Empire Strikes Back, they think of Luke and Yoda in training, and then that scene at the end is all about Luke.
Yep.
People could give two shits really about all the bullshit with.
I was in it for Luke's hand. I really wanted.
I agree.
Well, right, but I mean,
I can see that.
But they also brought back a fan favorite of the first film, which was Obi-Wan in his ghost form, which you kind of got a hint of it at the end of the first movie, but you didn't really know if you were actually going to see him. And that was another thing that they actually brought back, which I thought was a nice touch, but I still don't think it trumps the first movie. But there is an awful lot to take away from Empire as it being a very good sequel to the original.
Oh, it was very good, but I would put A New Hope over that, simply because, not just because it started at all, but not because it's just a classic hero's adventure, but the reason why I would put it above Empire is because no matter, like, with all the parodies that happened with that movie, and any scene that you take from it, you remember every single moment from it. No time is wasted at all. No time is wasted.
Absolutely.
And even with the special editions, no time is really wasted. And when they added some stupid scenes or whatever, but with Empire Strikes Back, there are forgettable scenes, like the space worm thing. I know people liked it, but I was just like, I don't like that.
It was.
I didn't like it.
You don't have to like it, Justin. No one here is telling you that you're a bad person for liking it. That's the whole point of debate and discussion when it comes to.
I know. I know that I'm in the minority. I know.
No, Justin. There's no minority. There's no lesser or more. You don't like something in Star Wars. Big freaking deal. We're not throwing stones. It's all good. That's how we talk. So it's all good, man.
Yeah.
You can have your opinion. It's not wrong to have an opinion.
Oh, I know that.
And it's not to say that Empire also. I mean, just like the first movie, there was a few like really quotable lines from Empire that everybody knows. Like, I'm your father, no disintegrations. Yeah, I mean, there's so many like quotable lines, and I think
smelly-looking nerf herder.
Yeah, but it's things like that people hold on to, and why they have more nostalgia for one film over another, because maybe there's more quotable lines that they're actually remembering.
I fixed it. They told me that.
That's why when people say, "Did you like Revenge or Empire?" I go Revenge of the Sith. First of all, it shows Anakin and how he turns, and how you feel like, man, that ending when Kenobi says, I loved you, and he's like, I hate you, and I'm like, wow,
with Revenge of the Sith, that has a very soft spot in my heart, because I had never seen a Star Wars movie in theaters. I had just discovered Star Wars a little after Attack of the Clones came out. It was a little late. I was too busy, fondling over, Harry Potter, because that was our generation Star Wars at the time. I know it sounds silly, but you think about a movie that just captures the visual effects, the spectacle. It definitely was. But then I discovered Star Wars. I was like, this is a different thing. And I even remember thinking, I'm like, this is like better than Harry Potter. It's so great. It's an older movie, and older movies are actually pretty cool. Again, I was 7 years old, so I didn't have the vast knowledge that you guys had at the time, maybe. But what I would say is that with Revenge of the Sith, I was actually, and I've said this many times before, but I was grounded for a stupid reason. that I'm not going to explain on air again. It was really dumb. But he's like, and they said like, okay, you can't see the new Star Wars movie, and I was like devastated. So on the last day of school, my dad said like, okay, we're gonna go see a movie, and it was the new Star Wars movie. I was just, I was amazed. I was blown away, and my stupid siblings got to see it, and they aren't even old enough to have memories at that point. So I'm just like, you assholes got to see it before I did, like by 2 months or a month or so. I was so pissed off. But when I finally did get to see it, people were still clapping in the theater, just like, yay. Like, I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is how much people love this movie. And I was not disappointed at all.
Well, Justin, I mean, how many movies can you talk about recently where people were sitting there applauding while the screen credits are running, and actually maybe even stopping and talking about what they seen in the movie and how much they liked it? You don't really see that in a lot of these newer movies.
The Force Awakens, I saw that a little bit. I saw that quite a bit, actually. The overwhelming majority of people who I spoke with liked the movie. I understand.
Walked out.
I have.
You walked out?
I walked out before the credits even rolled. I walked out. I couldn't stand it. I hated that movie.
What do you mean before the? Well, at what point did you walk out?
It was right near it was right towards the end of the movie when they were, after they killed Han and everything like that. Yeah, I just like I was just so disgusted with everything I seen in that film that I got up and walked out. I couldn't take it.
It wasn't even that they just killed Han. It was like they tried to kill Han the same way Palpatine was thrown down the chute. And they had, even though it was a fall, for me, it was like, wow, you're really making Han look like Palpatine. He was that bad of a father. That kind of imagery set me off in a little bit of a way.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I understood that, but I understand in retrospect that the whole the series was really kind of, the sequel trilogy was dependent on, the seventh movie was dependent on 8, and yeah, I totally get that. But at the time, I liked it. The movie was set up and was made in a way that I was excited for the next movie. I wanted to, and it was made as a cliffhanger on purpose.
We got boxes that tell Rey how to get out of a cave and milk out of a titty. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hear that I beat up Ryan Johnson? Have you heard the story? Have you heard the tale? Have you seen the movie?
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there again, but it was another movie that he has Crate, and what do you have in this Empire? Hoth, right? Okay, so we got the same kind of thing, just a little difference. Okay, we have a chase scene. Another chase scene, but this one's worse than ever before. Probably one of the worst I've ever seen.
Right? They're out of gas.
The worst you've ever seen, out of gas, and we're just gonna wait. We're gonna pluck them off, and it's the movie. That's the movie. We got a guy with jokes. Everything's a joke. Everything's funny. Everything's hysterical. We got Leia Poppins.
Mom jokes. Mom dad jokes in Star Wars.
Hey, Rob. I want to roll it back just for a minute. You were talking about how Revenge of the Sith pretty much showed the downfall of Anakin. I would like to possibly say that you were missing something then.
Go ahead.
Because really, if you look at it, the first 2 movies had actually started and set up the fall.
Yeah, it did. But it was the conclusion. It was
right. It was the culmination.
Yes,
okay, I was just hoping that you didn't miss that too, because I really felt that all three of those movies were leading up to how he becomes Darth Vader. While the first 2 movies I think had a lot more problems than Revenge of the Sith, they did have their elements leading up to the culmination of that story, how it leads into A New Hope. True. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't have that big of a problem with the prequels at all.
Yeah, well, I honestly think that the 2 movies that George was passionate about making was The Phantom Menace. He obviously wanted to start this trilogy off strong. He did on many ways. In other ways, it was just the way it was executed that just kind of ruined it. But
listen.
But with Revenge of the Sith, I thought that was the movie he wanted to make, and then he was so excited to make, because he's just like, yes, I get to, everything that's been in my head for all these years, I get to just exploit and just bring it all out right here. It was, and I can see that with Attack of the Clones, crap. I still don't like that movie, but that's all I gotta say. I gotta look at this real quick. Culture Casino, did you really send another Doomacorn sticker? Well, thank you, Culture Casino. I know he's muted right now, but I will do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Clip it.
I did, and I will play it every time as my ringtone. But the thing with me with Clone Wars, like in general, especially when it came to,
I got one more, Steven. Daniel James, thank you for the Australian 15. I had nostalgia goggles on after The Force Awakens. Loved it. I understood why they had to do what they did. All the movies since have made me like The Force Awakens less and less. I have no more interest in Disney Star Wars now. I totally understand that as well. And my nostalgia goggles were on. But even then, when I was like watching the movie, now looking back at that memory, I felt like this, I kind of did feel like, is this Star Wars? Is this because I grew up with the prequels, like I like those characters. I like, the original trilogy characters, I grew up with them. So with this one, I was just like, okay, there's going to be new characters and stuff. And I just wasn't attached like I was instantly with even episode 1. I was attached to them. I like them. I don't know why. But for this one, I guess I was like shoving that feeling away, I guess, thinking that this was detached. But yeah, the more and more I think about it, the less I enjoy myself with that.
I think Culture has something to say because I think we've been over talking each other a lot. So I apologize, Culture.
No, he's muted.
Yeah, he's mute. I don't know. He might be stepped away or something.
Oh, I'm back. I just sat back down. I was just gonna say, and again, here we are. We started out talking about all of the stuff with the Disney investor call, and we just spent the last 15 minutes arguing about original Star Wars films. It's like, and it all came out of a comment in our chat about liking the Bad Batch. And I thought I always find that fascinating, interesting, and amazing, because we all have this common ground that we can discuss when we can argue about things that were good, right? And then right now we don't have common ground to argue about good things.
Well, Culture, I don't know if it's so much about arguing or, I think it's
discussing.
Passion. No, I think it's our passion for it. I mean, we're showing our passion for it when we can sit there and we can fondly remember things, or maybe we see things a little bit differently than the next person, but we can actually sit there and discuss it because of our passion.
Yeah, like we can argue, or another word, I guess, is debate it, because we know it so well, we love it so much, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, it was just kind of funny that one comment would just spark all of that.
Tommy's 100% right. We are very, very passionate about this. And the only thing that we're passionate about with the new films, the only thing that we're passionate about with the new stuff that's being presented to us is how much we don't like it, how much it shits on everything that came before. And that's not just with Star Wars. It's with everything. Right?
Take Ghostbusters 2016. How about that?
Oh, God, don't say that. Don't say that. You'll summon Voldemort. Don't do that. You'll do that. You know what'll happen is whoever, I forget his name because I don't care who made that movie. He'll start like popping out of nowhere and asking for the extended cut to come quicker. You don't want that. But I can agree with everything. The fact is, we're all talking from our love. We're all talking about our attachments. But the thing with Clone Wars with me, like the whole prequel stuff, what they could have done is focus more on the wars over a year period, not just like one time, but over years of how the war progressed, how it got dark. And it could have actually focused more on how Anakin got turned over time rather than try to convolute it in that 1 hour, 2 hours. You know what I mean? No, I feel like they kind of rushed it and they could have made more out of it, but it was still good for what it was. I don't harp hate on any of the Star Wars after 6, but 6 was my end point for me. I cannot see the other 3 as anything more than being slapped in the face by Tobey Maguire, if Madmartigan would put it that way.
How about this? Did you guys like Rogue One as much as I did?
No,
I liked it for certain points. We had this discussion last week, but I cannot give myself to anything that's Disney attached anymore.
I think there's a much more intelligent man that can describe Rogue One.
I hated this movie. Hated
He's dead.
Hated this movie. Hated it. Hated every simpering, stupid, vacant, audience-insulting moment of it. Unquote. And so on. Altogether, I used the word hated 10 times.
Yep. I should have clipped that. I forgot to do it, though. So I just brought it up real quick. Yep. Those are my feelings summed up in a nutshell.
The canon destroying piece of trash.
Okay. That's that's how you guys are feeling.
Actually, that was more my feelings of The Last Jedi, but I didn't think there would be any other moment that I could use that clip.
Can I ask an opposite question?
Well, real quick, hold on. Thank you so much, Rob, for the super stickers, the poop emoji, and then I didn't see the second one, the sunglasses one. I greatly appreciate that, man. You don't have to do that. That's so awesome.
Well, I want to do that. There's a difference between what I don't have to do and what I want to do. So I always support everybody, and when I can come on, I that's what I do. Hey,
you're amazing.
I remember when I first came on, and I remember all the people, and I don't care how big they are, or how small they are, or whatever. That's irrelevant to me. It's who they are,
ladies,
and that's it. Just matters who they are, and that's it.
But by the way, oh God, while we were on air just a little bit ago, apparently my mother texted me and said that she liked A Small World, and now I feel bad for my comment.
Hello, Miss Popper. Hello.
You're going to get a call from your grandmother.
My grandma, she we've been to Disney World once. She likes the park. I think nowadays my grandparents, by the way, they recently got COVID-19, but now they're okay.
Awesome.
So they have recovered. I don't know if I said that at some point, but yeah, they're doing well. My grandma, I don't think she was like, I don't remember what her thoughts are. I'm going to have to ask her about that. But I always hated It's a Small World, but now yeah. By the way, she also likes you, Rob, for some reason. I'm not sure.
For some reason. Wow. For some reason.
It's like the one panelist that she picks out. Like who's the guy from New Jersey, from New York? Like that person. Like I like what he says, but it must be the voice or something. The fact that you have a Christmas tree up in July. You clearly watched that special Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, and you just took that to heart. And we're like, yeah, I'm just gonna put it up all year round.
Well, look, now it's up. See, now there it is. There's the tree and all its glow, and I'm gonna light it for you live right here on Justin's channel. Here we go. We're gonna
gasoline and a fire.
Yes. Hold on. Here we go.
If it blows up, I'm
there. We go. The only tree around that survived COVID this year. That's because New York didn't. And what was going on? You had that stream when like those trees were like dismantled.
The tree fluffed up and stuff. So it's all good. I guess it's what pine trees do. So I don't know. But yeah, apparently the one at Rockefeller Center looks good now. I guess.
It was funny though when it first came, man. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
It took terrible. 3 plastic surgeons to fix that tree, I heard.
Oh, yeah. Mike, I knew about House of Gold since before you were born. I was in high school.
Star Wars.
No, he's talking about 21 Pilots, my hometown heroes. Yeah, I've known about that for several years. It's a great song. Mike, he lives in Hawaii. I always joke that I'm praying for a tsunami that happens. Yeah, just on him though. It's just a banter that we have. But Oh, you remember that, Rob?
Yes, I do. It's horrible, man.
Yeah. Could you explain sort of what I'm talking about? I think you'd be better at that than I am.
I don't know if I can, but Justin came on my stream and I was playing Battlefront 2 or whatever, and Mike was there, and Mike was really, really annoying him because he was blowing into the microphone like quite often. He was like ear raping everybody. And like Justin was just going off, and he says, I hope you get a tsunami. I was like, what, Justin? Chill. It was really, the moment was funny because everybody was just laughing, like, oh my God, look what Justin's saying in the chat. Justin was saying some really fierce stuff that I can't repeat, but I was like, damn, man. It was like line after line. Justin, you were like on a roll that night.
Apparently, he's a painter too, and I really hope that he was painting a picture on a beach, and then a big wave just crashed down.
Oh, wow. Justin doesn't give the best advice. Like, I've been some places where he's telling people to just burn down the house to get your phone back. Just go steal it when they're not looking.
Oh, that's
take the car. Take the car and go for a joyride.
Oh,
they won't know you crashed it.
Yeah,
that is advice from Justin Proper, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not real advice, though. Those are jokes, and those should not be. You should never take. If I give actual advice, I'll give actual advice. But when I'm around friends, I'm just gonna fuck around.
Remember to leave a note when you steal the car. Remember to leave a note when you steal back your phone. Just remember to leave a note,
or just don't and get away with it.
You just contradicted your good advice.
Yeah, Runner remembers that day. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. So overall, let's get an overall opinion. What's your overall? We'll start with culture because I love his opinions. So overall culture, what do you think about what Disney did today?
D-.
D-. Interesting.
Yep, Disney minus. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And a lot of that has to be, Rob, because first of all, I knew all of everything that they were going to talk about. Second, they didn't do anything other than do a little flash and dazzle. I mean, this is all fluff, and I mean, there was no depth to anything they presented. Everything that's out there as far as the synopsis, scripts, plot, for almost every one of these things is less than disappointing. And so, and the things that they went along to tout doesn't have anything to do with where their profit centers are. The things that generate the greatest amount of revenue for them are the very thing that you and I enjoy the most, I think, which are the theme parks. And they spent no time talking about them because they have nothing to talk about. They pushed back attractions and park development at Epcot and places like that where they desperately need it the most. They're not saying we're in trouble. They're saying, oh, well, we're pivoting to this, but they're not using those words. They are pivoting to their streaming service where they have very little opportunity to make the profit that they've made in the past. And since they're going to be struggling to get items into theaters, which is why you saw a lot of the calendar pushed back to 2022 and 2023. Did you see those dates?
Yeah.
Everything that's going to be recent is going to be or soon going to be Disney Plus. And I mean, you saw they pushed Black Widow back another 6 months because they can't put it out on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh, they can't. They definitely can't do it. There's no way. Tom, what's your opinion?
Tommy.
Oh, I just gave it.
Oh, all right. Awesome.
I wanted to hear a little reasoning behind it.
Well, Rob, I mean, honestly, when it comes to Disney and everything they've done, and I mean, they've actually come after my channel quite a few times with their copyright claims, just for absolutely frivolous shit that they can't even really claim. And every time I fight it, they always back off anyway. But it's just the fact that, Disney just doesn't stop. And I have no respect for that company. None whatsoever. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you take Disco Inferno and you say, burn, Disney burn, Mouse House Inferno, you got a #1 hit in my book.
Burn, mouse, burn, burn.
What about you, Fat Steven?
All right, this is kind of a long dissertation. First of all, they threw a lot of crap at us and not enough explanation to stories. So everything as of now, ever since, let's say The Force Awakens onward, anything that has Disney attached to it, I have no obligation, and I don't have the same childlike emotional attachment of what could be, because I cannot handle another scar on my heart of my childhood going, ugh. It made me give it an F when I heard the rematch of the century. That in itself is blasphemy. Other than that, I think they're going down a road of blind sight ideas, and they're not choosing anything that will be a solid outcome for them in the end. These are all band-aids. These are all look over here while we don't tell you what's actually happening until it ends up either paying off or they all turn into Brie Larson's boards of wood. That is my opinion.
Oh, I totally agree with you on what you said as in terms of the rematch of the century. That was something that took me by surprise. Like these little things that she had said that is revealing bigger plans for the future. I like so far. I like the idea with Mandalorian. I hate the title, Rangers of the New Republic, and it even looks like if you look at it. If you look at it, it looks like an old Power Rangers logo.
Top Gun too. If you think about it, look at it. It looks
yeah,
like
I mean with the wings, like I don't know. And Rogue Squadron,
Commando.
You remember Republic Commando? Stuff, I'm not sure about that. But with Mandalorian, apparently, as she said, these 3 series, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Rangers of the New Republic, I hate it so much. Apparently, they're all gonna culminate in some climactic event or something. They're all interconnected. They're all their own thing, and I'm fine with that. I like this part. I like this part of this new Star Wars. Cassian, Prince Caspian, or whatever the fuck, Andor, whatever. That guy. More Rogue One stuff. No. Bad Batch. I don't like cartoons. The Acolyte. I know nothing about. Dark Side people. She mentioned the High Republic. Is that for me? For some reason, that just didn't sound right. Unless I'm just like an uneducated normie.
There's a book. There's a book coming out.
Oh, great! Is it gonna be like
fantastic? Is it gonna explain plot holes? That'd be great.
No, it's gonna happen in Fortnite. That's gonna happen in Fortnite. All this plot holes will happen in Fortnite. No.
Ridiculous. A droid story. Yeah, I agree with. I think Steven, you said that it was kind of like a ripoff of the old movies.
We already have a droid story. Yeah, I agree. It's actually the '80s cartoon where Lucasfilm actually gave their own sounds, where we had the actual voice of C-3PO doing the cartoon, and it was a little all over the place.
Again,
if that's probably going to get their storyline, it's probably the same type of story. It's going to be half-hour episodes.
But is Anthony Daniels coming back? I would imagine so. He has nothing better to do.
No, he does. He doesn't want to not do it and piss them off.
Okay, then. All right, I'll watch it.
I don't know. I don't have any emotional attachment to this. It's really hard to give a crap.
You know, it's great that I don't have any real attachment to a droid story because I have no expectations. So if it's good or even like slightly decent, I'll be like, okay, cool. So yeah, lower your expectations for Star Wars. This is where we're at, people. This is where we're at. Visions, I have nothing to say about. Obi-Wan, yeah, that's where I agree with you. The rematch of the century that fucking pisses me off. So what?
That's like they bringing back Owen Hart from the dead and having him face off against Shawn Michaels again. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that's not even the one I'm most disappointed about. We've learned nothing about Indiana Jones, but yeah, it's going to be the final installment. I remember in some sort of news article, like from way back in the 80s, like Spielberg is making like 4 Raiders sequels or something. Well, sorry, Steven, it's not really doing them anymore, but the plan was to have, I guess, 5 sequels, but they decided to make it a trilogy. But now they're just kind of going off of that original plan of just having like, oh, let's make 5 movies or whatever. I'm not kidding about this, but yeah, I'd have to go back and reread what that was about. But I'm surprised they even mentioned anything about Indiana Jones. Like this doesn't even look like the logo. It just looks so weird. But that's the one I'm not looking forward to at all. Like out of all of these, I am so scared for this. I really am.
There is
final adventure. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'd like to give an off-subject good news, though. There is now a teaser trailer for the new Elder Scrolls. So if anyone's an Elder Scrolls fan, there are some shining lights tonight. That is your random news moment from Steven.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Mike says, I'm ready to die proper, do something with too much titles. All right, Mike. What do you want me to do? I'll summon Poseidon and have that tsunami come over you, and you'll just have to forget how to swim. There you go. there you go. Anyways, some people really like. Oh yeah, he likes the Bad Batch. I mean, I guess, but look, it's so sad that we're at this point that we don't really care about any of these. We should all be psyched and excited for this. Oh. And some people are. Some people are excited about certain things. Some people want to nitpick and choose whatever they think is canon or not. Or, I mean, that's what I would kind of rather do. I'd kind of forget the sequels ever happened and just go based off that. But, you know, the thing is, though, we have to learn from what they've already done. And what they've already done is just complete trash. And aside from the Mandalorian is like the only really good thing that's come out recently. Aside from the Clone Wars, which was already written. So that doesn't even count. I don't know, guys. But
I don't know is a good answer.
What was that?
I don't know is a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't. It just sucks that, you know, me as like a, you know, it's a 9-year-old, like now not 25-year-old, you know, like who's so excited about Star Wars, like everything, absolutely everything. Not so much the cartoons, but like the movies, those excited me. And I would have loved to have seen a live action Star Wars TV show when I was younger. That would have been awesome. But now I'm just dreading it all. And that just kills me. And you know, this is a franchise that kind of saved me, you know, it helped me escape from shitty things in the real world. Now I'm reminded of them in this universe sometimes, you know, just I don't know, man, but there are a couple of things like I'm excited for these 3 shows and kind of Obi-Wan, but I'm up until Kathleen Kennedy said what she said. But I understand that based on principle, like, okay, A New Hope. All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. You know, we were saying like when Kathleen Kennedy said it's going to be the rematch of the century. Are they just going to try to redo like A New Hope's rematch, like, and actually make an epic fight between Vader and Obi-Wan?
No, like, they're going to sit down to a game of backgammon, and they're going to force sway the pieces until eventually they just yell at each other that I love you and then I hate you, and then they'll scream and then no and fade to black. That's how I look at it. If he doesn't know where he is, if he doesn't, well, so is the fact there's going to be a rematch when he literally doesn't know where he is.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the fact that as far as Obi-Wan knew at that point, he was dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't know until much later on when Darth Vader really emerged that it was Anakin still, so.
Because he always talked in the past tense. And even when he found out, he still talked in the past tense of the old Anakin and not as Darth. It was only until Luke confronted him about the honest truth that he gave the honest truth, because it was still from a certain point of view. God, I hate quoting that book title, but you know what I mean.
Hey, from a certain point of view.
Please don't do this to me, Culture. I love you so much. I will shave your head right down the middle, bro. Right down the middle. Right down.
I'm excited because like that lightsaber fight in A New Hope was. I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't a fight. It was him sacrificing himself for the greater good. So we can.
Yeah, that's what the point of it was. So if they're trying to like say like, oh, let's actually make a good fight.
Like, so that means they would have to get the whole cast back together if they're going to have a real good fight, but they can't have that real good fight because then it disrupts A New Hope. So I don't know, unless this is Mirror Universe Obi-Wan, where he goes through the time crystal and fights Darth Vader.
There were 4 reasons why that scene went the way it did. And the most important of which is because there was a lesson in it for Luke at that time. And that is the most important thing. And say again?
Herbal essences.
Sure.
Yeah, that.
No, the most important thing was the lesson for Luke, which was there are far more important things that need to be dealt with than me winning this duel or me prolonging this duel or any number of other things. It created the opportunity and the emotional impetus for Luke to grow and become what he needed to become. There's so many varying important reasons why he sacrificed himself in that moment. So
I agree.
It like I said, I mean that element of sacrifice that Steven brought up, but it could only go down one way. It wasn't going to be a long drawn out sword duel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think so
like
either.
90s wrestling, like you're hoping for like Stone Cold or maybe even the Undertaker to go back and belt off the ladder, and this time they're not wearing their sabers. Like,
I've seen the cut scenes, the additional scenes that were added by fans to the original film.
Scene 40, I don't remember what it was.
And it was amazing and really, really well done. But it wouldn't have added to the movie. It might have taken away from it. And in my opinion, anyway.
You know what? I think for the time it might have, but I think a lot of it is because the prequel trilogies had the better fights.
Of course, they were younger people.
No. The prequel trilogy had better fights in terms of, the advancement in technology, the more things that you could do. And that was very much explored. And not so much the sequel trilogy at all, which was very disappointing.
Well, Justin, in all fairness,
some of the best aesthetically pleasing lightsaber battles were in the prequels.
Well, Justin, in all fairness, though, when he originally wrote that original, script for Star Wars, he wasn't really sure exactly how a lightsaber was going to behave, because as far as he knew, the way it was going to behave was pretty much like it had no weight. So you wouldn't have all the fancy twirling and everything else that you wound up having in the prequels, because that actually wasn't established in any kind of lore at that point.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by this comment. Could you say it again?
No, the idea of the lightsaber wasn't really fully established, that it would have any kind of weight or anything like that. It was basically a blade of light or energy. So in essence, it really wouldn't have a lot of weight. So how would you be able to turn it and flip it and spin it like they were doing in the prequels?
That's the thing with the first Star Wars, is that, it's the first one and you're just experimenting, and there's no previous expectations to be held up against. But Mike said something interesting. Can time traveling be possible in the whole Star Wars universe? Like, what if Rey went back in time? You need to see the Lego Star Wars holiday special for that. Which, by the way, is better than the original holiday special. Sorry,
God, don't do this, Justin. We've already talked. Don't do this.
Justin, we've gone over our 2-hour mark, and I could spend the next hour and a half yelling at you for those comments alone.
I could pay to watch.
Yeah,
that.
but we do have to wrap it up though. And everyone go check out the World Class Bullshitter stream right afterwards. But yeah. All right, let's start with everyone just wrapping everything up. Tommy, what you got going on?
Same thing I've been having going on for the past 3 months. I'm still cleaning my father's house, and I'm trying to get next video together for the amazing toy finds that I have just made. Really incredible finds. Every day it's a bunch of new finds from years past, and it's a lot of fun to find them. Not so much fun digging through them, but it is really cool to find them. So you can find me over at Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. And remember, never to let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or shouldn't watch, because your silence gives consent. Thank you, Justin. Culture,
I don't think you should say that.
Steven, Rob, and Madmartigan, even though he isn't here anymore because he's probably got crabs.
Indeed. Speaking of crabs, Fat Steven Seagal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Captain Syphilis just gave me the spotlight, so here we go.
Oh my God.
My name is Fat Steven. You can find me usually on the lunch table with Reina Creole every Fridays. Every Sunday, we are doing the Welcome to Florida. Sometimes Culture shows up and blesses us with his luscious locks. Every Tuesday, I'm on Loki's Mornings of Mischief at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we go over pop culture, comics, and have a moment of silence for everything they are pooping on at a medium pace. Other than that, I am on Twitter, and sometimes I'm on This Week in BS when Justin doesn't say I have crabs. But other than that, back to you, Captain Syphilis.
All right, Captain Syphilis, what do you have to say?
He is not Captain Syphilis. That is mean.
Rob, tell the people what you got going on. Well, you can't hear a damn word that you're saying.
Muted.
It's a silent film.
Now you're extra muted with cheese. No dachi.
Can you speak in sign language?
He said, yeah, he's mad.
Oh, yeah.
I really love Star Wars, and if you don't
like
like Return of the Jedi, I am going to come to your house, and I'm going to turn all the lights off, and I'm going to take your tree, and I'm going to run away with all the lights.
You said bad Star Wars things. You said bad Star Wars things, Justin, and I'm very angry with you. And karate chop your face.
No more in the house.
Bye. All right. Well, great. That was awesome.
As you were saying.
I'm Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. I get to hang out with amazing people all week long. Now that I'm back from my short vacation, I get to hang out with the likes of Fat Steven Seagal over on Reina Creole's channel on Sunday. So check out the Welcome to Florida stream. Should be really interesting based on the announcements that we were talking about earlier today, since Lorena and I have some very strong opinions when it comes to Disney. Also, tomorrow is my Friday pre-flight show where about midday, depending upon where you are in this country and where you are around the world, I will be speaking about the things I predict that everybody else will be talking about throughout the weekend. And believe it or not, I think Disney might be one of those things that are way up there. And let's see, what else do we got? Oh, there's a very special monologue in tomorrow's show, and it's courtesy of our good friend, the Memes of Destruction, whom with I get to argue on a regular basis. And hey, there you go. Yeah, and that was me hanging out with Drunk 3PO, and he and him giving me a piggyback ride at Magic Kingdom. So
did he really do that?
No, I photoshopped this.
No, that's a Photoshop.
No, I know that was a Photoshop, but did that really happen or just like...
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah. It's a joke.
That would actually be like the funniest story though. That would actually
it would, and I really wish I could have made that happen, but we had a very fancy dinner instead. So yeah.
Okay, so it would have been. You know what? That would be funny. Like a nice candlelit dinner, like a table for two. Just
did you guys reenact Ladies in the Tramp by chance?
Lady in the Tramp, yeah.
No, because Drunk was there with his brother, so that would not have worked out. So
so Lee would have been able to film it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So tomorrow there's a very special monologue that I'm going to give, talking about what I think and I still believe, and which others I think concur with, the fandom menace stands for, because there have been some accusations that perhaps we don't know what we are talking about as much as we've lost our way, and I don't think that's true. So I'll be talking about that tomorrow as my special monologue. Sunday I do the Sunday Culture Review. That's my live show where I talk about what happened over the course of the last week, which sometimes includes the shows that happened over the weekend. And on Tuesday I do an amazing stream with Tom and Stieg and sometimes other special guests about everything that's going on in entertainment. A lot of the times I'm on there trying to warn people about the things that we just learned about Disney in my own special way without burning my people that I trust and give me information. So beyond that, I do 2 videos a week. And again, I hang out here. Thursday is my busiest day. I get to hang out with amazing people. I'm so blessed. I get to hang out with Mary Mayhem. I get to hang out with so many different people. I'm just happy. Anyway, thank you all so very much. Be sure to subscribe to the others on this panel. They're wonderful and very talented creators. Be sure, if you're not subscribed to Madmartigan, to subscribe. Also, double check all your subscriptions, guys, because guess what? The round of unsubscribe went around one more time. So check it out.
Oh,
Anyway.
it always does. When doesn't it?
Oh,
and,
no, but it was a
everyone's
massive.
links are going to be in the description. Just click show more and you'll see it. The one question I do have to ask you, Culture, before we wrap it up entirely, is there one thing? What is the one thing throughout this whole 4 or 5 hour conundrum with the Disney investor stream? Is there one thing that you find to be a positive from it, and one thing that you think is really good aside from the Hawkeye thing that you mentioned? Is there anything else that actually is good, or can be? What's the word I'm looking for?
Came out of like positive.
Well, that presents a good future for Disney Plus. It'll be hard. It'll be hard to do, but like a show that you think will actually, be good, or like a movie from that was announced at all. That's a real question.
I'm working on it. I think of the best things that you could get is maybe Loki, but I just because of the couple of good things I heard about it. Beyond that, if you're saying don't count Hawkeye as being something that seemed like it was going the right direction,
what about the Christmas special?
Share prices went up.
The holiday special. I can't believe
not the Lego one.
Holiday
James
special.
Gunn, yeah.
It's ridiculous, and they're going to shoot.
I know. The 18 plus.
What's going to be on that?
Okay, there we go. That's a good one. That's the star option. I don't know if it's going to be on in America. I know it was an international thing, but I'm not entirely. Well, I hope that's introduced here, and we don't have to go to Hulu for that bullshit. But Rob is back.
Hey, Rob! Yay!
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Captain
Sorry
Syphilis.
about that.
Your hair looks.
It looks good.
Yes.
It's not as good as Culture's though. It's not as
Culture's is a wig.
Yeah. But anyway, my name is Rob. I'm here. You're there. It's good to see you there. You haven't subscribed to anybody here. Why not? These guys are great. Please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt your finger. Trust me, I do it all the time. So check them out. Go say hi to them. You might actually like them. It's incredible. And with that being said, my channel is just about what it says, entertainment and Star Wars, talking a lot about Johnny Depp. That's been really crazy these last couple of weeks. And now there's a whole bunch of Star Wars news, a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff to talk about with you guys. We do live streams. I also do gaming, and I also have Justin make fun of everybody who comes on my channel. So you might want to check it out. You might want to stop by. We have a great time, a good growing community there. Lots of fun, great people. So check it out. And thanks for having me on, Justin.
Absolutely. Hashtag syphilis.
Cobra Crabs right here.
I thought the Lego Holiday special was decent, even though I hate all this sequel trilogy characters. Hey, it's not just me. And yes, Jumpsuit is a great song. My name is Justin Proper. You can follow me on Twitter at the Justin Proper. And I have been watching a terrible Christmas movie every single day so far. I've watched all the Home Alone movies. Last night I watched Saving Christmas by Kirk Cameron. That was just particularly awful. I sat through the atrocity that was Jingle All the Way 2, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was just really bad. And tonight I'm going to be watching a Christmas Story 2, which I'm particularly insulted by as an Ohioan, because Christmas Story was filmed in Cleveland. So you can expect at least a couple of video reviews in the next week. Hopefully, depending on how my Friday goes, I only get like 2 days a week to even do anything outside of work. So hopefully that works out. And apparently Cobra Kai season 3, that they actually had a proper trailer today or yesterday. So I'm very much looking forward to to Cobra Kai. That's going to be the one saving grace of 2021 so far. And I love you all. And live long and proper. And yes, we've all had good times in Cleveland. All right. Take care. Take care, everybody. What are you? Who's whispering? The fuck is whispering? You fucking creep. Who are you?
Incredible.
You're so pretty.
You are fake news.
It's all culture's fault.
You're so pretty. You're just so pretty, proper, and pretty.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You're so pretty. You're Cobra Crabs. You're so pretty. I love you so much.
I love guinea pigs.
I like Pop-Tarts.
I like big wieners.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
I meant hot dogs, by the way.
All right, goodbye, guys.
Well, thanks to the lame ass security, I'm going home.